faster than ever, hungry, and I'm going to come back and take what is mine, bigger and better. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. Some things are different, but nothing has changed. Still got my number, still got my name. Tell everybody I'm back in the game. Saddle, cut to the chase. I ain't somebody who stays in one place. Ready to go, I'm coming to play. You better know I still got something to say. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. Some things are different, but nothing has changed. Still got my number, still got my name. Tell everybody I'm back in the game. I couldn't handle. No one else could ever hold a candle. Get ready for a battle, cause you know that I was born for this. I was born for this. Never met a match I couldn't handle. No one else could ever hold a candle. Get ready for a battle, 'cause you know I was born. I tell you I was born for this. Ain't nothing gonna stop me now. I was born for this.
And good evening, race fans. Welcome to a Friday night edition of NASRA. I'm new here, sort of. Haven't been here in a while. My name's John, much up at the booth. This is the NASRA Trucks tonight at Richmond Raceway, one of my favorite all-time tracks on the schedule. Alongside me tonight is Kevin England calling this with me tonight. Hey, Kevin, how's it going, buddy?
Hey, doing great. Looking forward to this one. I love Richmond.
You and me both, pal. I've actually done laps on Richmond in real life in a late model stock car and some testing way back in the mid-90s, with some Chevy Luminas from the NASCAR guys. I can't remember what team it was. I want to say it was Harvey Sadler. It's been that long. But yeah, great track. One of my favorites, man. And we're looking at a great race tonight. The race is the Family Handyman 420. We've got 200 laps here at Richmond. The guy's going to start off with a set of tires on the truck with 4 extras in the pits. They do run 100% fuel capacity here. They're racing a setup called Richmond, which I believe is the fixed setup for iRacing. So that's going to be fun. That's going to wear their tires out pretty quick. We'll get to tire wear here shortly. Kevin's got some information on that. Stage is going to be 40, 80, and 200. I don't think they throw cautions, Cody, do they, for the stage runs? Oh, they do? Okay, so we will have at least 2 cautions for the 40 and the 80 lap stage ends. And there are no fast repairs. So if these guys bang these trucks up too bad and they lose power, they're just going to have to deal with it. Other than that, this is Richmond, so we know there's going to be some bumped up, crumpled up fenders, right, Kevin?
Yep, for sure. This is the Elite 8. These drivers got pared down from 16 to 8, and it's a 2-race shootout to decide the final 4 that they get to head into the championship round in Homestead in a couple weeks. And, you know, the drivers who won their way into this, Ted Wade, Keith Bradley, Stephen Gregory, slate's clean for them now. They got to try and get themselves a win, see if they can lock in the championship. And I think these top 8, that is their mission tonight, John, is they're going to want to win so that they can just concentrate on getting the championship at Homestead.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll tell you who I'm pulling for. It's Keith the Animal Bradley. I like Keith. I've done some paint jobs for him in the past, and I just like his driving style. He's not overly aggressive, but he knows when to pour on the pressure and try to pressure a guy into making mistakes and take the win from him. But, hey, I've heard you got some information for me on tire wear and fuel usage. What you got there, bud?
Yeah, so we've been chatting with some of the drivers down there in pit road. They've been telling us they can run probably anywhere from 90 to 95, maybe if they're really stretching it, 98 laps on fuel, but that's really not going to matter. The goodie in the tire is going to last only about 30 laps, and then they'll just be hanging on for dear life. This racetrack, a little bit slick on exit. The truck gets loose coming off the corner. If you put too much power, once those tires are worn out, you just kind of have to treat that gas pedal like it has an egg underneath. And I think we're going to see a lot of slip and slide here tonight, John. If you can watch the practice here, how much these drivers are struggling, especially up in that high lane over in turn 2 and turn 4.
Yeah, that's always been the case here at Richmond, Kevin, is your danger zones, if you will, or the exits and turns. 2, because that wall comes out of nowhere. I mean, it's not like the track comes in it's a straight line off, but it don't feel that way when you come flying up out of that down slope into turn 1 and 2 and then come up out of that turn. It feels like that wall moves right straight at you. And then, of course, the infamous exit turn 4. Man, if I haven't seen one car slip there, I've seen probably 100 of them. I've seen races lost on exit of turn 4. I've seen races won on exit of turn 4. So there'll be 2 spots that we watch tonight, folks. And I tell you what, we're going to get ready here in about a minute to do some qualifying. So we're going to step away real quick, take about a 1-minute break, and we'll be back for qualifying shortly. Stay tuned to LSRTV's Productions presentation of the Family Handyman 420. We shall return.
Hey, it's broadcast personality Wesley Outland, and for the 2nd year in a row, the Community Radio Network is excited to also be the voice of iRacing on LSRTV every Monday and Thursday night with the Northwest Racing Series for Cup and Truck. Join yours truly, Justin Prince and Samuel Dyer, every week as they race towards a championship. We're also on the radio in the Triangle, in the Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina area at 87.5 WCRN, and anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. Click play. Check out the coverage, the power of radio to the imagination of the listener, esports style. We are the Community Radio Network, the voice of iRacing on LSR TV. Check it out when you can, and replays are always up too. It's broadcast personality Wesley Outlet up topside at one of the great racetracks of the world, the Caraway Speedway. And I'd like to remind you to join us every Wednesday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern with coverage of Finish Line, where we talk to everybody from NASCAR to grassroots, like right here at Caraway Speedway. Carolina's Fox Sports Radio affiliates, iHeartRadio, and on the Community Radio Network at 87.5 FM. And remember, thanks to Live Sim Racing Productions, you can actually see the guest panel, ask their questions, get interactive with us with comments and so much more in our chat box. Finish Line every Wednesday. Join us every week.
And welcome back, race fans. Richmond on a Friday night. Nothing's better than that, man. I tell you what, Richmond under the lights is probably the best way to watch a Richmond racetrack. We've got qualifying right now, and out on track for the first one, Kevin, is that 19 truck of Chris Blanchard.
Yeah, Chris Blanchard towing qualifying underway here as Blanchard rolls through to the back straightaway. And I see that truck just trying to get down to the bottom here. Does he get to the yellow line? Just misses it a little bit. A little tight coming up off the corner, swings the back of the truck up, crosses the line. He's going to put a lap on the books. He's going to bring himself to the provisional pole with a 22.66. But as soon as that goes through, Cody Knott jumps up there. Driver's starting to put time up, and Cody Knott right now with a 22.42 time on the books for the 26.
Actually, that's James Morris up there with the 42. He slipped in right as you were talking about Cody. Yeah. You know, I'm going to tell you something. Something I've noticed that I don't know if it's the setups in the trucks that have changed, or maybe it was never like this for the trucks, but when I used to race the late model race that they had at Richmond back in the early to mid 90s, they had a late model race every year, the U-Crops, and then I think it was the Food Line 350 or something like that. You could stick that left front tire right down there in that yellow line. It would actually help the car turn like really good through 1 and 2 especially. But I noticed that if you try that now, if you get the left sides down below that line, like watch the 13 right here, see how he slipped up a little bit? That's going to cost me about a half a second in time. Watch.
Yeah, a lot of times you could de-wedge the truck, drive it down there, and just clip that apron. It lets it lift a little bit, turns it sideways, and then you straighten it out to the straightaway. As Devin Painter goes around, has to lock it down.
That is not what you want to do, right, Kev? Oh no, getting loose like that is definitely not a good thing. Oh, look at this paint job, nice. So who was at the 13, the monster truck? Did he just did he get a lap at all, or what happened there? That was McKinnon. Yeah, he got a pretty decent lap, did 5th. Watching Zimmerman right now. Eric Zimmerman, the 94, 22.838 is going to be good enough to get him inside the top 10 for now. Oh, I think we lost somebody there. Yes, we did. He'll be back. Kevin's having some technical. Oh, wow, the 94 slides out of turn 2. I'm guessing he's going to be one and done right there. So we'll see if that speed will be able to keep him inside the top 10. In the meantime, still on track, we got Joey Doucette, Lumpkin in the 87, Jacob Klinghardt in the 5, Painter, and Richard are all trying to get time in right now. We're watching Joey Doucette going down through 1 and 2 on his warm-up. I think this is his warm-up lap coming to green now for his first lap. See how he does. He gets a nice gentle arc down into 1 and 2 right here. Gets that thing about as close to the line as he can get it. Up off of 2, real nice. Didn't wiggle at all. Got good traction. A little high in 3 and 4, though. That's going to cost him a little bit of time. He comes across the line, 23.60. That's not a very good first lap. Let's see if he can get a good second lap here. And you folks aren't seeing things. Yes, there is a gap right there on his hood. That's actually just the paint scheme not matched up to the truck correctly. He's got an old paint scheme on the new truck model, so his hood's not actually about to fly off. Second lap is not good at all. It's a 23.16, so that's going to hurt him. That's going to put him down there right now in 11th, just outside the top 10. And depending on who qualifies the next 5.5 minutes, he could fall even further. On track now, Stephen Thomas, that 23 car, the Powerhouse sponsored Toyota. Well, okay, so it looks like Kevin is definitely struggling with some internet issues, but that's okay, folks. I got a reserve that I'm going to throw out now. Hey, Wesley, you down there, buddy?
I am. I'm on the back straightaway here at the Richmond Raceway and just kind of getting into place, getting into my perch, prepared for this evening as we see Stephen Thomas make his way around the racetrack in the 23 truck Toyota. Man, it's been pretty stormy in the Mid-Atlantic Southeast U.S. For the last couple of days and tonight as well. And I think it's kind of affecting our colleague partner, Kevin England, right now. But somehow, some way, we'll get through this, man. Richmond Raceway is always a fun, exciting racetrack. It's always fun when I can work a NASRA event and the Triple M Pulling Truck Series playoffs roll on.
Well, you're gonna be back there calling some great shots for him. You're in a good spot. All the action seems to happen coming off of 2, either passes starting coming off of 2, or collisions with the walls and other trucks starting off of 2. So be looking forward to hearing your call tonight, as we are watching Taylor Peacock in the 81 Chevy Silverado. Got the LSRTV sticker on the back. I like that. Truck number 2, Ted Wade, his current lap. He's just now starting his first green flag lap, but he is under power already. Doesn't look like he's happy with something here. Oh, he did one already. Oh, Ted Wade did. Wow, he came in there and threw down at 22.20. The last time I looked at the scoreboard, we had a 42 sitting on the pole, and that guy is now 10th. James Morris was sitting on the pole for a while there, but he has dropped down to 10th place. Right now on track, Brady LaBeouf. Let's see what he gets in here with. His first lap is going to be a 22.751. That's a 22.751. That's only 16th fastest. And he's going to go ahead and one and done it and park it. Got about 3 minutes left here in qualifying. Wesley, what are you looking for tonight in probably being successful at this track? What are your keys to success here at Richmond?
So the Handyman 420 is going to be very simple. You have got 200 laps. You've got those stages. Take advantage of them. Caution flags will fly at the end of those stages on lap number 40, lap 80. Then there's a 120 lap push to the checkered flag to lap 200. Obviously, you want to hit your marks. You want to be competitive. You don't need to be aggressive in the early going. I think you need to pick and choose when it's the right time to make moves around drivers and to come to the front. Whoever can take advantage of this opportunity for also going 3 wide when it counts the most in the right parts of the racetrack could be that driver we talked to in Victory Lane, as Dana Shepard now comes your way to start finish.
Some very valid points you made there, Bud. Couldn't agree with you more on that. I mean, I have found in my experience in sim racing here at Richmond, it's especially in the trucks, got to take it easy those first 10, 15, 20 laps, because the tires change so much here at this track. And it's best that you try and make your passes very carefully. I mean, like you said, you got to pick and choose here. You got to be careful where you do things. We're watching Keith, the Animal Bradley, right now on track. Wow, 21.181. That's going to be good enough for the pole for Keith, the Animal Bradley.
Yeah, Stetson coasted truck down below the bottom of the racetrack in turn number 2. It looked like he had a big smile on his face as he got ready to put that truck to a stop. He's excited. He is happy. What a qualifying lap there for the man they call the Animal out of Lawrenceburg, Indiana, Keith Bradley.
And I think that's going to probably do it. We don't look like we have anybody else that wants to try and make a qualifying run now. We do have 22 trucks that have put in a time, leaving about 6 trucks that didn't put in a time. So those guys will probably line up in the back. And what we're going to do real quick while this last minute winds down, we're going to take a quick break, get ourselves sorted out, and we will be back to bring you the lineup and then the green flag here at LSRTV Productions presentation of the NASRA Handyman 240, was it? Yeah. I lost it.
Hey, it's broadcast personality Wesley Outland, and for the second year in a row, the Community Radio Network is excited to also be the voice of iRacing on LSRTV every Monday and Thursday night with the Northwest Racing Series for Cup and Truck. Join yours truly, Justin Prince and Samuel Dyer, every week as they race towards a championship. We're also on the radio in the Triangle, in the Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina area at 87.5 WCRN, and anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. Click play. Check out the coverage, the power of radio to the imagination of the listener, esports style. We are the Community Radio Network, the voice of iRacing on LSR TV. Check it out when you can, and replays are always up too. Hey, it's broadcast personality Wesley Outland up topside at one of the great racetracks of the world, the Caraway Speedway. And I'd like to remind you to join us every Wednesday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern with coverage of Finish Line, where we talk to everybody from NASCAR to grassroots, like right here at Caraway Speedway. Carolina's Fox Sports Radio affiliates, iHeartRadio, and on the Community Radio Network at 87.5 FM. And remember, thanks to Live Sim Racing Productions, you can actually see the guest panel, ask their questions, get interactive with us with comments and so much more in our chat box. Finish Line every Wednesday. Join us every week.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Family Handyman 420. I'll get it right eventually. Here at Richmond Raceway, we're getting ready to do our lineup right now. The guys are gridding on track as we look at possibly having 28 trucks on track. We're waiting to see who is going to start this inside. Row 1, Keith the Animal Bradley with a whopping speed there. That was awesome. Outside of him would be Ted Wade in the 2 truck. Inside row 2 would be Stephen Thomas in the 23 truck. Outside row 2, Stephen Gregory in the 61. Inside row 3, Devin Painter in the 64. To his outside, Adam Cantwell in the 63. Inside row 4, Taylor Peacock in the 81. To his outside, Justin Lumpkin in the 87. Inside row 5 be Chris Cinnamon in the 3 truck. To his outside, Jacob Klinkhart in the 5. Inside row 6. I'm sorry, go ahead, Wesley.
No, go ahead, man. I thought we were going to go to row 7 to row 7. My apologies.
Okay. Cody Knott in the 26. His outside, James Morris in the 47. Inside row 7, going to be Dana Shepard in the 43. To his outside, Raul Mason, the 93. Inside row 8. Truck number 19 of Christopher Blanchard. 13 truck of Michael McKinnon. Go ahead, Wesley. Finish it off, please.
And it's going to be Blanchard along there with the outside lane. Then we're going to go to row number 9, Jose Luis Riera. Sorry, the wind made me lose my paperwork there. The 97 Rivera's truck, followed by Jason Morales in the number 1, row 9. Row number 10, top 20, Brady LaBeouf in the number 9, followed by Eric Zimmerman at 94. There's your top 20. From the back, Joey Doucette in the 16, Hug Wigington in the 00, row 11. Row 12, Brandon Bullock in the 17, Blake Lothian in the 59, row 12. Row 13, 26, the trucks here, Robert Richards in 48, Brian Abbott in the 82, and the tag the back of 28 starters, Jeffrey Sickles in the 22, Keith Haney in truck number 78. 28 trucks here for the Handyman, the Family Handyman event here tonight. This event, again, the Family Handyman 420, 420 kilometers, 200 laps. These drivers are going to settle in. And remember, in addition to this crazy race, look for those drivers with those yellow spoilers on the front of the deck lids of the visors and on the back of their spoilers to acknowledge who are drivers running for the championship. It should be exciting. I'll cover the action down the back straightaway. The lights are off for the back stretch, and we're looking, John, to bring this race to the green flag here this time by as we're ready to go. 200 laps in stage 1, about to go here at Richmond Raceway. It should be exciting action here in turn 2.
Absolutely exciting. Can't wait for it. Welcome back, Kevin, to the booth. I'm glad the electricity decided to make its appearance back at your house.
How about that?
And here we go. Pace truck is off. Keith the Animal Bradley bringing him down through the start box. Get ready to put this race underway. Green flag is out, and here we go. Bradley down through the gears, up through the gears, I should say. On the inside, to his outside is going to be Wade in that 2 truck. Wesley, you there?
Working their way off of turn number 2, side by side like they were full song on the caution lap at full speed. Little Will and Dylan inside the top 5, but for the while, it's Wade Kevin leading them off of turn number 4 on lap 1.
A healthy 2-truck lead. Wade comes across to complete lap number 1. He's got the Bradley truck in his tire tracks with Thomas, last week's winner. 3 of the strongest drivers in the series coming out of turn number 2, leading the field to the backstretch.
Wade, Bradley, Thomas, they all hold their line. Gregory, Painter, Peacock, they inside the top 6 start to get a little lancy. They hold it together now, single file off 4.
Already seeing some trucks wiggling back there coming off of 2 earlier. Got one up in the wall there. In the meantime, Wade maintains that lead. Got about a half a second on Bradley as we come through turn 1 and 2 here. Taking them slow and low down through 1 and 2. Back to you, Wesley.
Yeah, pretty fierce battle there, watching it as they work their way on the back straightaway. Everyone holds their line with still Wade leading the way. A big battle there with Bullock, Dodd, and Morse in the back as that works off turn 3.
Yeah, so many battles across this racetrack. You can see them side by side. Some choosing the low line, some way down there on the bottom. It is such an art to get through the corner here where you make speed to the straightaway.
Oh, we got one getting sideways in front of our broadcast position, getting loose. I think it's Shepard. Shepard in truck number 43 has lost the handle in front of everyone else. He's now off the binders, one of the playoff contenders. John, put us under caution for the first time on lap number 5.
I tell you what, he got lucky right there. Not a whole lot of damage on that truck, a little bit of damage on the nose. What he's going to have to look out for now, though, is make sure that truck doesn't overheat on him, because they hit some high RPMs as they arc that truck down into 1 and down into 3.
Yeah, Shepard really had nowhere to go as the yellow flag comes out. You see on the replay as the truck just kind of lost it coming off the exit of the corner, fishtailed it. The front end or the back end just came out from under him. Everyone else did some great evasive work there, Kevin England, to get on the binders to miss Shepard's truck. A single truck accident. No harm, no foul. Looks like maybe a little damage on the back end of the truck. Other than that, he'll be able to pull away and be all right.
Yeah, for a championship contender, that is not the way you want to start tonight. 4 laps in, cool tires just got out from underneath him, and now he's got a pretty big hole to dig out of.
Yeah, after watching that replay, I can't help but wonder if he's not damaged badly with that front end. Wesley, you've seen in other races we've done together, if you damage that nose, you wind up losing a couple of 100 horsepower, and you're along for a very slow ride for the rest of the night.
Yeah, especially in these trucks. I mean, if you lose the handle, you're going to really have some problems there, and that's a tough break there for the driver, Shepard. And you got to go down in the pits. You got to wonder if he's going to take a fast repair or not, or try to be happy with what he has for right now. Remember, these drivers are given 5 sets of tires. The tires that are on the trucks now, plus 4 other sets, the 100% fuel capacity. Kevin, I know you got a little bit more information on that. Oh, and by the way, there is no fast repair. So, Kevin, you got to make sure Shepard's truck's okay if he can continue, because if not, he might be done for. And he's one of the playoff guys as well.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, one of the things about that truck is in under horsepower here, especially when the tires wear, you don't have as much power to put to the racetrack. And sometimes that helps you out a little bit. You carry a little more speed through the corners, and you know it, John, this track, very sensitive to speed in the corners. It's how you go fast here.
Yeah, you know, and that's a great point you bring up right there, Kevin, because it has worked in the past for some guys. The big thing, though, is to make sure that truck's not going to overheat. If it gets the optional repairs fixed, it should be okay. Hopefully not to expire the engine. So, you know, that's something to look forward to. Maybe, you know, like you said, he might lose a little bit of space, you know, a little bit of ground at first, but once everybody else's tires start to wear out, he probably could break even with them.
Yeah, the bigger problem for him is that he's so deep in the field. It's hard to pass here. You end up fighting those little battles with the 2, 3, 4 trucks around you, And as soon as you get around them, you can counter the next 4, and then the next 4. It's very difficult to get track position. He's going to have to look to see if he can play some advantage. You know, since he's in the back, he could go pit, get fuel, run a little longer. And this track does sometimes, John, have a green flag run to it, but we'll see how that plays out for him as Wade jumps on the gas and heads to turn number 1.
Yeah, back through the gearboxes, green flag back in the air, and the over-the-top orange-red number 2 machine setting sail, pulling away from Keith Bradley. Gregory, Thomas, they're in a nice battle of positions 2 by 2 as that goes on out of 3.
Coming up out of 3, Wade with the lead still, a little bit over about a half a second, almost maybe 2/3 of a second there to Bradley back there. And I can't help but wonder, you know, Bradley is giving some spots up, and you touched on this earlier in the race, Wesley. Is he just, you know, picking his battles?
Yeah, just gotta just stay where you're at right now. Again, Bradley and these guys with the yellow visors and the spoilers, they're in the playoffs, so you gotta think you gotta race smartly, because not only are you looking to win here in the American Family Man 240, but also, for that matter, you're looking to lock up a championship. And if you can get one of these wins, you punch yourself into the championship 4. All that action works on the back straightaway with still Wade leading. Gregory, Bradley, Thomas, now Kevin, top 3 going to 3.
Yeah, Thomas with the clear run. Here comes the 81, looking to see if Peacock can slide up. Unable to do it. Now he's going to clear a painter. Here comes the 3 of Chris Cinnamon, following him through the hole. Cinnamon dives down into turn number 2. And yeah, if you're not going to get the win, at minimum, these drivers also looking at points for the stage races as the yellow flag is out. Looks like trouble
guys, we got a problem. We do, guys. We got a problem with the back straightaway. Just at the ending of the back straightaway going to turn number 3, Jason Morales and the number 1 machine going around. Another single truck spin, kind of what happened with Shepard, putting us under yellow flag here again. You watch the replay, guys, as he worked his way off of turn number 4. John, he looked really, really loose coming to you, and then all of a sudden, he lost that handle there coming off the back straightaway.
Well, we've talked about this on the pre-race show, especially with these tires being kind of cold right now. One caution didn't help, and as we watch the replay right here, he's going to go down into 3 and 4, and he's probably going to maybe get on the apron somewhere, I'm guessing. Maybe not. We watch the replay right here down to the front stretch one more time, down through 1 and 2. Looks like he was looking on the inside to get by somebody. Changed his mind right there. Comes off, puts the foot on the throttle. And right there, just a little, oh no, something in front of him there. Still haven't seen where the caution was at. Oh, there it is, right there in front of him. The 82 got into the back of the 17, and the 1 just looped it trying to miss it all is what happened there. Wow. Yeah,
that's actually the number 17, and he just caught the glimpse of my eye, but I had a chance to turn. Plus, you see, they're so far down below the bottom of the racetrack. So good work there by our Rocket Media Live Sim Racing production staff. Charles Wooten running the boards for Brandon Bullock, losing it as well. Doesn't look like he has any damage. No problems as well on Morales' truck number 1. They should be able to keep on going here. We should be able to get back underway quickly.
Well, that's our second caution in only 14 laps. Guys, if this keeps up, we might not ever see tire wear become an issue here.
Yeah, kind of surprised, but you know, it takes a little while to settle in. And of course, when you have that situation where you've had a caution, you're right on top of the truck in front of you, and there's no better opportunity to see if you can get some positions. You know, they tend to run a little harder. I do think once they get about 4 or 5 laps under their belt and spread out a little bit, it'll settle down here, but cautions breed cautions at this type of racetrack.
What do you think, Wesley? We'll get a green flag run here, or is it more cautions breed cautions like Kevin said?
You know, it's one of those things where I kind of say I agree the sentiments of Kevin England in the booth, man. It's yellow flag central right now. We've had, what, 2 yellow flags here in the last 15 laps. You would say if you went to Vegas and placed your bets, you would see another yellow flag here quickly on the restart. But, again, Richmond's one of these racetracks where you could have yellow flag, caution flag fiestas, if you will. But then, John, things can settle down. And if they can get into a rhythm of things, you can see a green flag run. Do I think that's going to happen yet at this stage of the race? No, I think we've got to get to stage number 2. So, again, Kevin, I agree with you. Flagman better have that yellow flag handy here as we get ready for a restart.
Another point I'd like to make real quick, though. We talked about fuel mileage, or fuel usage. Kevin did. Kevin brought us some great stats, anywhere between 90 to possibly 99, how hard you run it. with these caution laps, what this is going to do is allow these guys to make this race on one stop, I think. As we come back to the green, Wade takes the flag. Again, a great jump right there across the start-finish line. You see the 61 down low of Gregory out there in third. Up high in the 23 truck. Well, he was in third, but Bradley looks like he's trying to get that spot back there, Wesley.
183 laps to go. Field works to the back straightaway, and you see him scamper a little bit loose behind him, 3 wide for a moment. Peacock, Painter, Cantwell, Cinnamon now up into that battle. All that goes on now as they work off 4.
Cinnamon trying to see if he can clear the 63 of Cantwell. They dive down into turn number 1. He slides underneath Painter. They're side by side out of 2.
Yeah, that side-by-side battle continues there between Painter and Cinnamon. That's that yellow number 3, the white and red truck on the outside. Painter's truck. Here comes now the lime green machine, sponsored by LSRTV. Cantwell working his way back across the line.
Cantwell in that lime green truck. You cannot miss that truck on track day or night. It stands out good. In the meantime, up high, the 64 Painter in that Cookout-sponsored truck. Kind of making me hungry for some barbecue there, Wesley.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm getting hungry. I had some Cookout the other night, as a matter of fact. Hey, they've got some brand new cheeseburger quesadillas, like the chicken quesadillas. The cheeseburger ones are really, really good. Nonetheless, after that little Cookout food moment, I'm getting hungry now. Painter up on the outside. Cinnamon is there. Cantwell, no change in that battle going on for the top 10. They work the back straight away. They're side by side, Evan England, and that's a nice heated battle going to 3.
Still raging that battle, but Cinnamon drove it down deep into turn number 3. He's going to clear him to the front straightaway. Here comes Cantwell on the charge, takes peak down underneath. He's going to draw alongside Painter on the entry to turn number 2, carve in the yellow line out of turn number 2, and we'll see whether or not he can clear the position.
Yeah, that battle continues here as you see Cookout battling there. Cantwell down to the inside. They're side by side. They lean on each other, Kevin, John, as they work out of 4.
I'm sorry, I forgot to push the button. As they work that battle out of 4, looks like finally the 63 truck is going to take that spot away from Painter. Cantwell up to 7th, Painter back to 8th, Wesley.
Yeah, he makes that spot, makes it clears him easily into that turn. Now put Cantwell in the 7th. Cinnamon, though, pulling away, trying to run down Peacock. Now Painter trying to reel him back in as they work across the line, back to 1.
Wade has been leading every lap since the drop of the green flag, and you might see Painter slip back and think, well, he's in trouble. Well, maybe not. Maybe drive your stuff, wear it out. I'll be back to get you a little bit later.
Yeah, that battle going on back in the corner number 1 and 2, guys. As you mentioned, Wade and Bradley still the leaders. Gregory 3rd. Down the back straightaway, there's Cantwell's truck. He's got a little daylight and clear air, but Cinnamon, he better look out. He's reeling him in as they go to turn 3, John.
Cinnamon makes his, well, it looked for a second like somebody was on pit road there. I couldn't tell who it was. They blinked off and on real quick. That was early for a pit stop. In the meantime, back up front, though, Bradley has moved from 5th back up to 2nd place there, Wesley. Looks like he might be making his eyes on that leader spot.
And by the way, it looked for a second that Cinnamon said he was pitting, but then he came back, so there might have been maybe some ink and blink and nod issues on that truck in front of Cantwell. He tries to reel him in again out of 4.
And I tell you what, I think, though, we've lost Kevin once more. Wade, in the meantime, still leading this thing. And if we look at the 23 truck of Thomas, he's got a mirror full of Peacock now. And I tell you, 63 and Gregory, the 23 of Thomas and Gregory, they were all kind of nose to tail. It looked like somebody slipped up right there, Wesley.
Yeah, there goes that powerhouse entry of Thomas now. He's moved to that 3rd spot comfortably for the time being. Gregory and Peacock settling into the top 5 right behind them as that goes on to the back straightaway. What a battle now. Here comes Peacock. Cinnamon now really them in. That battle heats up Kevin in 3.
Cinnamon to the high side. You see those trucks step out of turn number 2 on throttle, and here comes Cinnamon to the bottom doing the crossover. These drivers finding a lot of speed on the entry to turn number 1 down in that bottom line. Pinched coming off to the straightaway. It's hard to make a pass on the.
And while that was going on, Kevin, we just saw a moment ago that the truck entered, he disappeared, he came back. That's why it said it pitted. Cinnamon's truck now, the over-the-top designs entry. Battles along with Peacock. That's side by side for position as that goes on now for 5th and 6th. Gregory now with the number 4 spot. He's in front of all this chaos as they work to the back straightaway. Still some ink and blinking nod on Cinnamon. He's trying to pull away from them, John, in 3.
Trying to pull away, not really able to right there. You got that bright green and black truck number 81 right there working him over. Is that the 81? Yeah, that's Peacock, sorry. My screen's blinking a little bit too, believe it or not. I tell you what, I'm looking at the whole field overall, and the leaders are about a turn away from catching the back of the field here, Wesley.
Yeah, they work to the back straightaway, of course. We watch this battle now. This is that truck number 81 machine now, or correction, yeah, the 61. The 81 of Peacock, so he sits in 3rd now. Nice top 4 run. Cinnamon now trying to close in. He'll now move to 5th. This works their way back out of turn number 2 to the back straightaway. Everyone now nicely clean in line. 30 laps in. You're on board with Peacock, Kevin, as they work out of 4.
And watching the rear view views, Peacock comes up out of the corner. Saw a little nose damage on that truck. Really not going to hurt it on this short track, although they carry a lot of speed and it races a little bit like a super speedway. Shouldn't damage the truck too much, but when you look out front, you could see how far ahead those leaders have driven out. And John, you're right. These drivers going to start encountering the back of the field here. As what we said, get about 5, 6, 7 laps in, everybody stretches out and it gets to be a little bit like a conveyor belt race.
Conveyor belt's a good way to put it. Wade, Bradley, and Thomas have stepped out to over a 3-second lead over the rest of the field right now. And like I said, that's going to put them within striking distance, Wesley, of that back half of the field, the 27th and 26th place right there.
Yeah, they're closing in on lap traffic as they work their way back across you at the start-finish line. Obviously, an impressive rundown for Wade. He's in turn number 2. Ted Wade right now in clean air. Bradley and Thomas right there behind them. He has a nice, comfortable lead, Kevin, as they go to 3.
Yeah, for these 3 in the hunt for the championship, this is mission accomplished. They want to get to lap 40, and one of the things we haven't
Bill works their way back off of turn 2 to the back straightaway. It's still Bradley. There's that lead.
give up the track
now
position.
As he tries to close in on Wade, and right now they work into the turn number 3. Thomas in that move now. Another battle on the back straightaway heating up. This continues here inside the top 10. Gregory, Klinkhart, and Doucette John battle out of 4.
Klinkhart is down on the inside there in that 5 truck, trying to make his way past the 61 of Gregory. Gregory not having it on the outside, fights back as they come down through 1 and 2. And out there behind him, that 16 truck of Doucette, just watching it all go down.
Yeah, all that battle, all that chaos working in there as those trucks work inside the top 10, trying to sneak back up and make a run to the front of the pack. Doucette, Gregory, Rivera, those trucks now work their way to the back straightaway. Klinkhart now in front of the machine of Doucette. That battle goes on now as they set sail back to turn number 2. Back straightaway, Doucette powers down to the inside of Klinkhart's machine, and they're trying now to fan back out single file. The conga line goes to 3.
Down through 3 and 4.
Run down there on the bottom, doesn't he?
Yeah, he certainly does, John. He does. He's got a good line, Kevin, as well. I think we're having some audio issues, but we're rocking and rolling, though. Look at this work, though, by Doucette, man. He is definitely strong. Finally cleared by Klinkhart. Also going to carry Rivera with him. That truck gets a little sideways. Gregory checks up and gets on the binders, as well as the 48 of Richards. John, oh, that's a big save for those trucks as they work out of 4.
Shepard's gone a lap down now, and he's in the pits now. Once he got passed by the leaders, he went down the pits. We've also got, I believe, the 00 of Huck Wigginton's gone a lap down. I'll tell you what, Ted Wade is not wasting any time getting through this field right now. He's leading this thing. Hell of a pace he's putting down right now. We watch this battle between the 13 and the 61 on track. That's McKinnon. McKinnon's just kind of picking his way through this crowd ever so slowly, and I believe the 61 is just kind of dropping back there, Kevin.
Watching them work their way back off into the corner, actually, off of turn number 2. Look at that 61 machine. Gregory down to the inside. He'll peek in on Hanny's truck. And as you mentioned, John McKinnon, another strong run for the Monster Energy number 13. Well, that goes on. Yellow flag is going to fly for the 3rd time here. Lap number 40. We'll find out what's going on. It might possibly be Shepard again. That's the second time he's had a caution. And the yellow flag flies as we are actually at the end of stage number 1 here at Richmond.
So we're going to go ahead and take a quick break because we've got some technical issues going on right here. Ted Wade still leading this thing for the stage break. When we come back, Oh, well, you want to hang out for pit stops first, Wesley?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's
Here
cover
comes,
these pit
of
stops
course,
real quick, because
Wade,
something
man.
can happen here.
Ted Wade bringing the cavalry onto the pit lane. Stephen Davis, Keith Bradley, everybody inside the top 20 has all come into the pits. And obviously it's 4 tires and fuel over the top designs right now, leading a great stage number 1. Oh, and by the way, John, close to what, 25 laps in the checkered flag at stage number 1, and no caution, might I add.
Yeah, the guys finally got it down. I mean, you know, we kind of figured the first few laps were going to be kind of hairy because they were trying to figure out what this car was going to do. Even the truck was going to do with cold tires and everybody bunched up. But I think they got a grip on it, and I think we're going to see some more good racing once we go back to green. And Wade wins that battle off pit road, but barely.
And there's the race off pit road. Ted Wade, what a phenomenal job of that Chevrolet. And he is going to enter first. He'll exit first, John, as we get ready to go to commercial break, buddy.
Yeah, we're going to take a commercial break, folks. When we come back, we can line up and get us back to green. And hopefully, our friend Kevin will have his internet issues fixed up. He's got a storm brewing in his neck of the woods right now, Wesley, so we'll see him when we get back, hopefully.
Hey, it's broadcast personality Wesley Outland, and for the second year in a row, the Community Radio Network is excited to also be the voice of iRacing on LSRTV every Monday and Thursday night with the Northwest Racing Series for Cup and Truck. Join yours truly, Justin Prince and Samuel Dyer, every week as they race towards a championship. We're also on the radio in the Triangle in the Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina area at 87.5 WCRN and anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. Click play. Check out the coverage, the power of radio to the imagination of the listener, esports style. We are the Community Radio Network, the voice of iRacing on LSRTV. Check it out when you can, and replays are always up too. Hey, it's broadcast personality Wesley Outland up topside at one of the great racetracks of the world, the Caraway Speedway. And I'd like to remind you to join us every Wednesday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern with coverage of Finish Line, where we talk to everybody from NASCAR to grassroots, like right here at Caraway Speedway. Carolina's Fox Sports Radio affiliates, iHeartRadio, and on the Community Radio Network at 87.5 FM. And remember, thanks to Live Sim Racing Productions, you can actually see the guest panel, ask their questions, get interactive with us with comments and so much more in our chat box. Finish Line every Wednesday. Join us every week.
And welcome back, race fans. We are back with the Family Handyman 420 here at Richmond International Raceway. I'm sorry, it's not Richmond International anymore, is it, Wesley? It's just Richmond Raceway, right?
Yeah, it's just Richmond Raceway.
I can't do that.
And the lights are off on the pace truck, buddy. We're ready for stage 2.
Ah, whatever. I'm still going to call it Richmond International. That's all I've ever known it as being. That or Strawberry Hill. Green flag is coming out. Wade back out to a nice lead right there. He doesn't waste any time. He chooses the outside every restart we've seen so far, Wesley. As they come down through 1 and 2, he's going to bring him down with a nice, healthy 4-car length lead with Keith the Animal Bradley riding back there in second.
That they had about 5 or 6 laps under the caution flag at the end of stage number 1. They're settling in for about a 35-lap battle here to stage 2 to lap number 80. Trucks battling to start finish. The 23, the 18, the 3, Cinnamon. That battle goes on. Thomas, Cinnamon, Peacock out of turn 2. Now to the back straightaway. Everyone holds their line. Getting it single file. Holding on. Watching Cinnamon now. Dive to the inside, Kevin England, as they work back to you. Welcome back in turn 3.
Yeah, network gremlins have been poking me, but look at Cinnamon. I'll tell you, he's got a racy truck here tonight, and he's looking to see if he can get himself a win.
Guys, we got a caution on the speedway, lap number 48. We're going to try to find what happened here. I think it happened on the back straightaway, and the caution is out yet again as we go under the yellow flag for the 4th time. 1 time at the end of the stage. 3rd, actually, a cause of a caution on the racetrack, John, and we'll look and see here what happened as they were working their way off of turn number 2 to the back straightaway when the chaos ensued.
It looks like it starts with 13 truck. Oh,
Yep,
wow.
right there,
Oh,
McKinnon.
wow.
Yeah,
The
that's
one got in
Jason
the wall.
Morales. Morales is #1 truck, second time he's been involved in an accident. Remember, he had a tangle earlier with the 17 of Bullock's machine. He got into Michael McKinnon, and that happened on the back straightaway. Looks like also the 82 might have got caught up in the accident, worse for wear. He rolls along with Brian Abbott, and that's the cause of a multi-car accident, John, on the back stretch as we go back on replay here with the 82 on board.
Riding with the 82 on board up the top of this truck, and you see the 13 spinning there. Oh, wow. He thought the outside was the way to go, and unfortunately not for him. That's a heck of an impact. He probably killed the engine right there. We're going to see him right here. He's going to reset and take the tow. Yeah, he probably killed his engine right there. That is so unfortunate.
And you got to remember, guys, there's no fast repairs in this series. So, Kevin, if you get in a pretty surmountable accident like what just happened there, suffice to say your race is done.
Yeah, pretty much so. He needs one of those horseshoes that we were talking about before we came on air.
Let's not repeat that recipe over here. Okay?
That is just, as the season winds down for those drivers not in the championship, what they really want is a win or a good run. And that's not the way to end the night. But Abbott will have to be watching from the sidelines here.
Well, I'll tell you, luck is a bigger part of racing than people want to really admit to, and I think right there, the 82 trucks, Brian Abbott, his luck just ran out.
If that cat had 9 lives, you just spat them all, if you will, right there. And honestly, it's no fault for his own. I mean, it's just a victim of circumstances. It's one of those things, guys, that happened on the back straightaway that we just saw at the, mind you, John, Richmond Raceway, if you will, where you're just on the back stretch and you get collected and you had nowhere to go, and he's just kind of cruising, and all of a sudden he just ran out of daylight and just plows into the truck and plows into the safer wall barrier, and there's a cause of yellow flag. Hey, Keith Bradley playing possum right now, doing what he needs to do to try to be in contention for another win. Kevin, I know you follow NASRA a lot with our good friend Samuel Dyer, who's having some vocal issues. I hope he gets to feeling better very, very soon and gets that being able to talk back, because you got to have your vocal instrument to call these races and do what we love. But for the most part, Kevin, you have watched this entire NASRA series. What can you say about the job that the animal Keith Bradley's done on a run towards a championship?
Yeah, Keith's just been one of those consistent guys. He's been fast at specific races, and he's doing what he's done all season, unfortunately. Chase that #2 truck. Dead Wade's just put a hurting on these guys when it comes to lap times and laps led, but Keith has given him a strong challenge all season long, and really it's a 2-horse battle. These two have been the strongest in the series.
As we get ready to go back to green here, sorry, you know what? This microphone, I don't know. We're not going to get. Yeah, thanks, Kevin. Appreciate you, buddy. Pace truck is off as we get ready to go back to green. Ted Wade up there on the outside. Keith, the animal Bradley on the inside. They've got a pack of animals behind them, if you will. But tell you what, Wade wastes no time, Wesley, getting that truck out to a comfortable lead, going down through 1 and 2, heading to the back stretch.
Yeah, Wade pulls away, half a truck link back on Bradley, battling side by side for that spot for 3rd through 5th. Thomas, Peacock, Cinnamon. They now settle in 2 by 2 by 2. Behind the top 2, single file out of 4.
Yeah, the sub 10 has remained pretty consistent. Nobody really able to get massive advantage as Wade comes around to you again, Wesley. He's got a stout truck here tonight.
Yeah, keep an eye on that yellow truck of Cinnamon. Also, I see him battling Peacock. He got a little fishtail a moment ago. Here comes your cookout machine, Devin Painter. He rolls those trucks in out of 4.
Coming out of 4, coming back up as we ride along with Joey Doucette on the 16 truck, working his way up to the field as well. Started about mid-pack, and he's up to, it looks like 7th spot right now, right on the right rear corner of that cookout truck coming on the backstretch.
Yeah, Doucette after Painter's machine as that goes on. Cinnamon in front of them, as well as Pollock. They'll all settle in those spots. No one jumping out of line. Doucette now from the top to the bottom out of 4.
Doucette tight quarters here at Richmond Raceway, and I'll tell you, it's the Peacock truck under assault here as Painter down on the bottom tries to make the move.
Painter down on the bottom of the racetrack. A Bullock's machine. Doucette will say, excuse me, coming through. He'll follow. Open that door to the bottom of the racetrack. Clear for a couple of more spots as Doucette tries to go 2 for 1 out of 4.
Looks to me like the 64 truck went in just a little hot right there, slid up in front of the 81. That's going to let Doucette down on the inside of him, and he might just bring Klinkhardt in the 5 with him.
Under 25 laps to go in stage number 2 of the racing. Getting antsy now. Painter, Doucette, Bullock now in this mix. Here comes that black and yellow number 5. Klinkhardt now making a move alongside Bullock's machine side by side to the line.
Klinkhardt wants to play in the game as he draws underneath the 81 of Peacock, who's been slipping backwards. He's looking at side-by-side action up in front of them. And here comes Doucette to the bottom with a charge out of 2.
Behind Cinnamon, they're 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. No one jumping out of line yet. Now Klinkhardt gets the push by Cantrell. He gets the slip by Bullock on the outside, and that's the way they roll out of 4.
Bullock slipping and sliding his way to the back of the field. In the meantime, Cantwell came up there with a head of steam like I haven't seen all race. Thought he was going to make a couple moves past 2 people, did not do it. Come to the back stretch, he's still out there though.
Heath Haney and now Chris Blanchard having a battle as those trucks try to work their way through the field. Who's a Tigers fan? Who loves Clemson? He does. He now clears by Blanchard's machine. They work their way back to the line.
Blanchard now takes the attack on the outside as lead change 29. Haney or Bradley has jumped up in front.
Yep, you're exactly right. Here comes the animal, Keith Bradley. He made the move on the back straightaway, and now not just taking the lead, Kevin, but John pulling away now from Wade Bradley.
I can't help but wonder if Ted Wade didn't maybe have an issue there coming off of 2 last time by that allowed Bradley to get that head of steam there with as he comes the backstretch back towards you.
And Keith the Animal Bradley has sailed away, and we got a caution. Big trouble on the back straightaway, guys. A massive pileup has just happened here on the back straightaway. Several trucks have been involved. I think it's a 4 or 5 truck pileup, maybe more, as the yellow flag is going to come up. We'll assess things here on the replay. Watch these drivers, as I mentioned, the 48 machine of Richards, Peacock, and the 19 all in this mix, this great battle. And there you see that little shot, that little punt there from the 9. And all the while, Brady LaBeouf started a chain reaction, getting a whole bunch of other trucks involved. Bullock was involved. He piles in there. A couple of other trucks right in front of me wreck. And that's the cause of the caution here, at least for the first time, the multi-truck accident on the back straightaway.
Hey, Wesley, how does that hot, wrecked up metal smell doing for you back there?
It's a very nice smell. Once the dust settles and the smoke clears,
that was such a surprise to me. The very first time I ever smelled, and don't laugh at me, but when you smell a wrecked car, there's just so much going on there. There's hot metal, there's coolant maybe leaking, you've got fuel, you've got the burnt rubber smell from them probably sliding the tires.
Oh yeah.
And it's so much that hits you. And then if you're the driver, you get all that plus despair at the fact that you just totaled your race car.
Hey, listen, so I know this is a virtual race broadcast, John and Kevin, but for the most part, I've always been told when I'm announcing NASCAR, all of my great colleagues and friends have always said, you know there's trouble on the racetrack, especially in NASCAR events, when you see smoke. When you see smoke, look for trouble. And then, of course, once that dust and smoke clears, then you smell the burning rubber and the chaos of crunched sheet metal.
Absolutely. What caution number is this, guys?
Number 5.
Number 5. Well, what's the over-under tonight? Are we going to do that? No? Okay.
I'll go 12.
You're going to 12? All right.
I'll pick 10. I'll say 10.
Let's see. We've had 5 in 64 laps. I'm going to go 13.
Hey, remember, Kevin, we said there was going to be like caution after caution there after that first caution and the second yellow flag of stage 1. They went all the way to the end of stage 1 without a caution. So that was like a 25-lap run. True. So they impressed me unless we did some virtual, Louisiana voodoo doll mess and flip-flopped it.
I feel attacked. Well, we're pacing right now. We're still looking at Bradley up front. But hey, if you're looking to partner with LSRTV, we are taking new partners for 2022. Message us on Facebook for more information. Just look for LSRTV. LiveSimRacingTV.com. Sorry, LiveSimRacing.com is the website. If you want to maybe get with us, and we'll get your name up here on maybe the caution flag or the last lap flag or something. We'll get something over there for you. Ask for Cody or Jeff Stab now, and they'll be glad to help you out with that. And if you like what you're seeing on screen right now, you want to be a part of this sim racing action, iRacing.com is the place you want to go. We do everything at iRacing. We don't just do NASCAR. We do dirt track racing. We got dirt track racing. We got rally road racing. If you like the road rally racing, that's the little Volkswagen Jettas and stuff like that, going over jumps and concrete and dirt. We got stadium trucks. We got road racing. We got Indy cars. We got Formula One, Porsches, BMW, all kind of great stuff. Come on by iRacing.com and check it out. Maybe get yourself an account, get set up, and get yourself racing. You don't even need a wheel, really. I've seen guys do it, Kevin, with controllers. That's one way to do it.
Yeah, it's a sim racing. I'm going to call it an illness. I raced till 2 o'clock in the morning last night. They run Charlotte this week, and it's the full 600, and gives you a lot of appreciation for the greatest day in racing. Sunday with the Monaco in the morning, and Indy, of course, and the Charlotte race. But here we're at Richmond, and Wade and Bradley have been keeping these guys behind him. Bradley out front, he jumps to a jackrabbit lead there, John. He's got him covered.
He does got a big lead on the restart. Look at the animal. Keith Bradley turn up the afterburners on the restart. Man, Wade falls back. Cinnamon now moves his way to third. Big gaggle of trucks fighting now, John, for that spot in turn 3.
I tell you what, there were some mind games on that restart there. Bradley suckered some guys in the brake check, and the guys behind him kind of scrambled everything up. We got the 16 in here. Doucette fighting down here on the inside, trying to move himself up through this field again to get inside that top 5 there, Wesley.
Yeah, there's that big gaggle of trucks I just mentioned with Painter, Doucette, of course, Clinkhart, Cantwell, all in that mix. The number 5 of Clinkhart, first time he's now making a move on Painter after Doucette out of 4.
Doucette's truck rolls really well through the center. He's able to drive up and clear pretty much anybody he's underneath. Now comes Clinkhart to the bottom, trying to do the same through Painter, just watching the truck in front of him, trying to learn something with.
The truck's making bonsai moves and behind Clinkhart. Clinkhart now after Painter. Cantwell up on the outside. All the while, Doucette sees this in his rear view out of 4, John.
Out of his rear view, indeed. He's got a great view of this action between the 64 truck of Devin Painter, and you got Clinkhart down. Clinkhart down there. Finally gets that move. Move Clinkhart up to 6th. Painter back to 7th. The top 10 is where all the action is right now, Wesley.
Yeah, they're working their way off of turn 4. And by the way, Kevin, 10 to go in stage 2.
Yeah, troubles for some of our guys. Stephen Gregory trying to get those stage points running in 15th right now. He needs to get on it. Justin Lumpkin in the 87 running in 12th. A couple of these guys need to get into the mode here to get some points.
Doucette trying to wheel and deal. Clinkhart will follow. Painter, Cantwell, that's still inside the top 10, John, out of 4.
Still inside the top 10 indeed. I tell you what, I'm watching the back of the pack here. We had somebody blink out and then blink right back in and inside of the truck. It blew my mind. That's why I was kind of lagging on you guys there, Wesley.
Yeah, I think it's Cinnamon. He keeps having these issues as we got some more trucks making some bonsai moves and contact. Down below the bottom of the race truck, the 87, the 97, getting a little antsy. That's Justin Lumpkin and Jose Luis Rivera going at it there into turn number 1 and 2. We'll watch these guys again work their way back through start finish, around to my view again. Now they fan back out single file as the 37 will clear those trucks, and they work into turn number 3 there, Kevin.
Yeah, Luis Rivera in the 97 has cleared him and driven off a little bit. He's got a comfortable look. Once you get that gap behind you, you can focus out the front windshield.
They definitely will, working that way. By the way, closing in on lap number 75. John Muschin Jr., 5 to go in stage number 2, and then it's going to really be exciting. And mind you, still, as they work to stage 3 coming up, they're still going to have another 120 laps. We're not even at halfway yet here at Richmond.
As we watch the 64 trying to work his way back to the outside of Clinkhart. And I tell you what, that Clinkhart childhood cancer sponsor Silverado was looking good for a little bit, but it looks like he might have burned his tires up there, Wesley.
Yeah, I think he did. Watching them now as they work their way back into the corner. Clinkhart down to the inside. Painter will follow. Cantwell nowhere to go. He can't clear those trucks yet as they work off 4.
Cantwell looks at the trucks running side by side as an opportunity. Maybe they stall a little bit. He finds a lane, could drive through, and other way he looks at it sometimes. Wesley's track's blocked. Get out of the way, guys. Got to come through.
He goes one lane, Kevin. He's punched to the inside. He goes to the outside lane. He gets blocked. Cantwell still can't seem to find a way by Klinkhart or Painter as they work to the line out of 4.
Worked the line out of 4. I'm watching this from the top here of Cantwell's truck. Finally, a little bit of room there for the Painter's truck. Around the outside here, Wesley, but he doesn't quite clear him. Come off 2.
It got a little aggressive there, John. He had to give him a shot at putting the pants, if you will, to the outside lane. Pushed way up the racetrack. He still can't go for the 2-for-1 special. He's alongside Klinkhart out of 4, Kevin.
Good news for him is Painter is broken free. That's going to free a spot for him to have a lane to drive down. Will he pull down over Klinkhart and cover him? He comes off turn 2, still doesn't have him cleared to the backstretch.
Some of the best racing we've seen so far, right for this spot, if you will, inside the top 10. Painter, Cantwell, Klinkhart, they're coming to the line, and 2 to go in stage 2, John.
2 to go stage 2. We still see a hell of a fight going on here between Cantwell, Painter, and Klinkhart. And I tell you what, Cantwell is impressive. He's just hanging out on the outside right there, not giving up there, Wesley.
Can you see the gloves are off, my friend, to the back straightaway. Painter up the outside, Cantwell up top side, Klinkhart with a run. Here comes Doucette and Cinnamon now. That's the battle now for 3rd spot in the top 5. 1 to go in stage 1. They're in turn 2.
Give that position to Cinnamon, or to Doucette as he drives off from Cinnamon. That battle's still raging back here. Finally, I think Painter got out enough to give Cantwell a slot to jump in that spot.
Backstretch final time. Painter, Cantwell, Klinkhart, little shove, a little wheeling and dealing as they work out of turn 4 to the end of stage number 2. Klinkhart, John, with another shove to the bottom.
I tell you what, that was the best fight we've seen all night, really. And I cannot help but wonder if there's not going to be a little bit of some hard feelings there, Wesley, as these guys get ready to maybe pit, take some tires, and reassess how their truck's running.
Well, can you say there was a little bit of aggressive driving? I would say that it was just racing, if you will, Kevin England and John, up on your side of the spectrum of the broadcast booth. I'm on the back straightaway, but man, I got to be honest with you. That was probably some of the best racing that we have seen, clean, intense, in the top 10 for probably the first 80 laps of this race so far here tonight at Richmond.
Absolutely agree with you on that one. We're going to watch the pit stops go real quick. Want to let you guys know that we've had some retirees from the race. It looks like Keith Haney's out, Brian Abbott's out, Christopher Blanchard's out, James Morrison's out, and that's good. That's some of those guys, I think, aren't they in the final 8 there, Wesley? Can y'all not hear me? Mic check.
I got you. Bradley, Cinnamon, Thomas, Doucette, Dittmer, Lumpkin, and Dana Shepard are your drivers, along with Ted Wade in as they drop into their pit stops. It'll be 4 tires and fuel for all of them here as they get through this cycle. I can't imagine anybody not taking, 4 tires here, Wesley. They're going to want as much traction as they can get.
Yeah, I think you're right. Oh, he hit the cone.
Dang,
There might be a penalty for Ted Wade, though. Ted Wade on the entry exits the pit lane, hits the cone, and there might be a penalty for that, John. We got to assess things here, but I think there's a penalty there coming for Ted Wade, and that's a big, big disappointment for the number 2.
I don't think it was him that hit it. It looked like it was Bradley that hit it.
I wonder if we can see the replay. Can we see the replay maybe one more time?
Oh, it was Ted Wade.
It was Ted Wade.
But
yeah.
here's the thing, though. It was the inside cone. I think he'll be okay. If it's the outside marker cone, to hit that means you got to get up on the track outside the boundary of the safe merge, So, yeah, we'll see. We're going to see. If he comes back in, we know he got a penalty, right?
So he hit the cone that was on the pit exit left, okay? So that's where he hit the cone. He didn't hit the outside cone. He didn't hit the blend line cone. So yeah. I'm wondering if there's going to be a penalty here. And if that does happen, so far it doesn't look like they're calling him in. But if that does happen, though, Kevin England, that's a big hurt for this driver, Ted Wade, who's also been in the hunt of the top 5 all night long, led most of the first half of the race. And in that aspect, you don't want to make these mistakes, especially if you're one of those playoff championship contenders.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, I have to wonder whether he could even see that cone from his exit, that pit stall right there by it. But a lot of times, if you ask what that cone is for, it's to signify the drivers the pit out lane. That's where the speed limit kind of exits. And it's not uncommon also for their cone to be where you enter the racetrack and show you the line you have to cross. And it looks right now as if he's okay. He's still hanging in this position as we roll under caution. I think if he would be dealt a penalty, he's going to have to serve that as soon as the green comes out.
So real quick, we see Zimmerman up here leading this pack. He is a couple laps down. He pitted on lap 78 before these guys did. So he'll get a wave around right here, and he'll be okay as far as his tires and stuff go, because they're only going to be a couple of laps older than these guys. So I just wanted to update the folks who saw Zimmerman up there leading this pack. The lead actually belongs to Bradley Wesley, and he's been looking pretty stout the first half of this race.
Lights are off on the pace truck. John and Kevin on the booth there to the back straightaway. And we are set to go here for stage number 3. This stage for all the marbles here in the Family Handyman 420. 86 laps when they come back to the line, and it'll be 14 to halfway, 114 to the checkered flag to decide who wins here tonight at Richmond Raceway. They're coming back to restart.
Pace truck is off. We come down, getting ready to take the green. Bradley checks him up again. Well, he is an ace at that, getting everybody to check up and watch themselves. And it gives him a gap as they go down through turns 1 and 2. Got Bradley, you got Ted Wade, Joey Doucette. They're all roaring towards you there, Wesley.
Second verse, same as the first, or can you say second stage, same as the first stage, same for stage 3. It's Bradley pulling away. Wade right there in second. Doucette now makes the move out of 4.
Side by side for that position as they cross the stripe. Doucette maybe gave a little tap to Wade, sent him in. Good run down into the corner on the high side. No place to take it with Wade in the direction.
Doucette dirt tracks it just a little bit. Got a punt there from Clinkhart from behind. Powering back down to the bottom of the racetrack is Stephen Thomas. Thomas now hung in on the draft on the outside lane by Doucette. Clinkhart will follow him back to 1.
Down through 1 and 2 of this fight we got right here with Doucette down there on the inside, the 23 truck on the, Doucette on the outside, fighting with Thomas down there on the inside. Wesley, it's getting hot and heated.
Yeah, Thomas got sideways. Painter got sideways. Also in the back of the top 10, Kevin, and they saved it out of 4.
Yeah, keep in mind on the bottom coming off of the corner, you throw the power to the truck. It wants to slip the wheels. The back end will step out. You have a handful on the bottom lane coming off of turn 2 tonight.
Yeah, Thomas dirt tracks it again as he got a little driver push on the driver left of Doucette's truck. Clinkhart right there in that battle. Cantwell also closing in for the batter as that works off of turn 4.
Off of turn 4, we're still seeing Thomas. We got Doucette. We got Clinkhart all going down through 1 and 2. They really haven't made a whole lot of room here or way through this this traffic here, Wesley.
Remember, that's the battle for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, if you will. Thomas finally clears by Clinkhart and Doucette, Kevin, out of 4.
Clinkhart down on the bottom now, trying to challenge Doucette from the low line, right to the driver's door. Doucette would love nothing better to find a gap to drive into. Not going to find it this time. Here comes Clinkhart with a charge from the bottom.
Yeah, Doucette now punched up on the outside, safer wall barrier. Bounced off the wall, if you will. Clinkhart will now clear him. Cantwell can't rule them in just yet, John. There's still a lot of racing left to go, though.
Doucette finally gets himself down to the inside. He's going to try and shoot down the inside past Clinkhart here in that 5 Childhood Cancer Silverado that we're watching on track. And coming off of you now, down to you, Wesley.
Yeah, we got a caution on the speedway, guys. Lap 93 of 200. Yellow flag will fall. I believe it happened out of turn number 4 as the caution will come out here. Find out what happened here. I think it's the Clemson truck. Sentiment in that mix as well. The number 48 of Robert Richards. We're watching him. Yellow flag, John, for the 6th time here at Richmond. There's the contact going back to 1 and 2.
Oh, yeah. And, boy, he backed in there pretty hard right there. All that's really going to do to that truck is maybe make him a wee bit looser, as if it needs to be looser with that wrinkled up spoiler, but it shouldn't be too bad. Like Kevin said earlier, we really don't need a whole lot of body work on these trucks on a short track. You just got to watch out for what part it is that you bend up. Crickets. Wesley, why don't you go ahead and talk to us about your picks tonight, man?
I'll tell you what, man, this race has been pretty exciting so far. Obviously, I don't know. Who am I going to say to win this race? A part of me wants to say Keith Bradley, because Keith Bradley looks really, really good. Got a strong truck. Think the world of this guy out of Lawrenceburg, Indiana. However, I'll tell you somebody that I really think we should keep an eye on, and he is going to be my pick to win the race, and that is Joey Doucette in truck number 16. I don't know if we can show him real quickly. Inside the top 5, he has moved up to position number 5 in that truck. He has been aggressive. He has been battling hard, as you see the truck of Richards on the pit lane from the damage earlier from the accident in turn 1. So from my broadcast position, Kevin England down the back straightaway, I'm going to say my pick is going to be that driver of the number 16 of Joey Doucette. Obviously, I probably have jinxed him. I don't want to do that, but man, he's had a really good run here tonight in Richmond.
Yeah, you know, I got my eye on that number 5, Clinkhart. I think he gets the W here tonight. It's been a long time coming. Solid top 5 so far in this race. He's got a racy truck, and I think he's got a little something for him, John.
And how about nothing better than the childhood cancer, Kevin? They reiterate also in that, or to elaborate more on that. I just saw that on the truck, and you know, I'm not taking anything away from the Nitro Over the Top Designs 29 of Lawrenceburg, Indiana's Keith Bradley. He has been phenomenal. It's been the Bradley Wade show, Ted Wade. And Kevin, I think I got all excited for nothing, because obviously the penalty for hitting that cone meant nothing at all. So
nope.
I've seen races where guys have hit cones and they get penalized, and I guess this guy hit a cone and he gets away with it. So Ted Wade got himself a mulligan, and I don't think he's got damage to the truck either, though, John.
No damage. No, the thing about that cone is, like we kind of touched on, if it's the inside cone, it's not that big a deal. But if you hit the outside cone on exit, that means you're out past their safe merge line there, you know, the blend line, you know what I'm saying? And you can't get out past that. You get a penalty for that. There's also some tracks where if you hit the commitment cone on the way in, you'll definitely get a penalty. That's a 40-second penalty. I've dealt with that one myself personally.
Yeah, there, done that. Sometimes the cone will come out into the racetrack, get stuck underneath the truck. It actually is modeled to do that in the sim, and you have to shake back and forth to get the thing off. You could hear it dragging underneath the truck.
Yep, I've done that too. I took one all the way around the track for 2.5 laps before I finally got rid of that doggone thing. But here we go. Lights are off on the pace truck. We're getting ready to go back to green. And folks, it's been a barn burner so far. We're only 2 laps shy of halfway. We'll actually probably be going halfway here right after the start, probably 2 laps after the start, if they make it that way without going yellow again. And let's keep our eyes, Wesley, on that 29 truck for this restart. He's been really checking the field up right before they come out for the green.
Who's your pick to win tonight, John?
Yeah, who's your pick?
Keith the Animal Bradley.
So there you go. That's my...
Here
so
we
you're
go.
going with Clinkhart, Kevin is. Doucette for me in 16, and Bradley as well. By the way, green flag goes back in the air. I guess I'll just pick him up and they work off of 1. It's going to be Bradley. 2 truck links back. Wade will follow. Clinkhart now, your pick, Kevin. Making a move around Roberts for that 3rd position now. Thomas as they go to 3.
Now, look, don't be emphasizing it. You're going to jinx him. Just don't be doing that. Thomas has a good run right to the back tailgate of the number 5 at Clinkhart. He's going to peak low here in turn number 1. He draws alongside, making that bottom line work. He's got to be careful. Tires are cold after this restart, but he's getting good charge, and he's going to the front.
Yeah, you got to remember, you got to let those tires warm up, if you will. You can't be aggressive first couple of laps on the restart, but Thomas will clear Clinkhart for that spot out of 4, Kevin, or John.
And hey, let's not take anything away from Joey Doucette at 16. He's up 15 spots inside the top 10 at 6th.
Cross flags just came out of the air. It's 100 laps to go now, or under 100 laps to go here at Richmond Raceway. Cantwell, Clinkhart now, Doucette, my pick now. Now they're all single file. Pater will follow the line, the conga line. Here comes Cinnamon now. He'll make a pass trying to go after the 97 of Jose Luis Rivera there in turn number 2. They hold on. They keep it together. Rivera up the racetrack. This opens the door now for Stephen Gregory, Kevin, for that spot in the top 10 and 3.
Yeah, Gregory's not made a lot of noise tonight, but trying to see if he could work his way forward. He surges underneath the 97 of Luis Rivera, as that's the best battle on the racetrack, hunting that number 9th position right now. Cinnamon on the bottom with the charge.
Same thing happens again down the back straightaway. For the most part, Single file. This the second half of the race now officially underway. Up the racetrack now. There's 97. Give a room there to Cinnamon. Rivera will follow out of 4.
Now, we know these guys all have to make one more stop for the night. We discussed that. Tires on the last 30 laps, Wesley. Fuel only about 90, 98 laps. So maybe these guys are trying to take it easy. A little bit of contact there, Wesley.
He did a big push there. I thought we were going to have to yell trouble as almost the 9 diving in there. Brady LaBeouf come to rock you like a hurricane. What a save for the 97 of Rivera. He holds on to it out of turn 4.
Yeah, LaBeouf sees this as an opportunity. He's going to follow that 97, just hook a rope right on the back, see if he can tow himself through. And first time we've talked about him tonight, he starts to make a charge here as the race runs on.
Yeah, LaBeouf now playing mind games with Rivera's truck. Meanwhile, the 61 will follow behind with Stephen Gregory. That works on out of turn 4. Cinnamon trying to scamper from that battle out of the corner.
Cinnamon sees this fight in his mirror right here between LaBeouf and the 97 of Rivera. And I tell you what, he finally worms his way past him, if you will, after a couple of wiggles on the behalf of the 97 truck.
Hey, you know, I got to use that word to the back straightaway, a wiggle and a jiggle and a giggle and a bobble.
Right.
And they hold on to it there with a save by Cinnamon. Here comes now LaBeouf. LaBeouf with a little shot there earlier. Now he shows his momentum. That number 9 is starting to power his way into position. And now we're noticing these trucks start to drive the outside lane as they work off of turn 2 to the back straightaway. No one moving position, and Rivera has lost ground on those 3 trucks now, Kevin, to 3.
Yeah, you see from that long shot, everything's kind of settled out here. This is what happens is everybody knows we're not going to have that sprint to the stage, and things are settled out. Now these drivers will race each other individually, and I have to know, Wesley, can you do that again?
Well, that's the deal here. I mean, obviously, they know that they've got to go for this green flag run to settle themselves for the finish of this race. We're just after halfway, 92 laps to go when they come back to start finish. But for the most part, they've kind of calmed down after that aggressive restart, John.
LaBeouf on the inside of Cinnamon takes that spot away. LaBeouf seems to be on a mission right now. He's gained about 2 or 3 spots, Wesley, in the last 5 laps.
Yeah, he certainly does, hitting his marks to the back straightaway. It's, of course, going to be that machine of LaBeouf. Brady LaBeouf now picking off trucks one by one. Taylor Peacock will be next. He's up on the outside lane. Devin Painter, Joey Doucette, those are the next ones. And Cinnamon, John, and Kevin following them back to 1.
Side by side as they head into 1. I have to wonder if that 81 truck has a little bit of damage and maybe off the pace. So far, every shot that we've seen of him, his truck's going down underneath and powering off from him. 81 looks a little bit out of power here tonight, John.
Out of power, maybe he's just having a hard time hitting his marks. We talked about this earlier tonight. Wesley, you can probably touch on this too as they come back to you. These guys, oh, we got caution on track.
Yeah, we got problems right there at a turn number 3 and 4, guys, right in front of your location, Kevin England.
Yeah, 61, one of our contention is championship contenders, Gregory, around as he's going to pull away. Truck looks clean. He got a little bit of action as we go to the replay. We could see, looks like 2 trucks fighting for the same real estate down there.
No, that looked like somebody driving in too hard.
Remember, that's the 37, John and Kevin. That's the driver, of course.
Oh,
wow. Oh, my. Where do you go? Is that Zimmerman?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. He had nowhere to go.
Right on. That was on.
I think all of us drew up when we saw that.
That wreck had been over for a good 5 seconds, man. I did not expect him to come in there.
You're on board now with Eric Zimmerman. He's on the back straightaway, guys. And then all of a sudden, did he not see it? Oh, my God. Look at this.
Oh, he did.
Oh, the 61 door bumper not clear.
You're going to get a call from Earnhardt one of these days on that.
He's my buddy. He'll be all right.
Well, as we were saying before that caution came out, guys, you know, what was I saying? That kind of blew my mind with that late hit like that. I forgot what I was talking about, man. We got pit stops going on, though.
Yeah, that's one of those ones, Wesley, where you just got to watch your timing.
Yeah. And I find it ironic that they're pitting so quickly after a caution.
Well, no, actually, Wesley, I don't. Could this be the money stop? Because we're under a little bit, like, what, 82 laps to go on. I mean, we got 90 laps on fuel, 88 laps to go. We know they can go at least 90 on fuel, right? So some of these guys are probably pitting, thinking, I'll take it easy on my tires, give up ground if I have to, only to make it all the way. But that's a big gamble. Let me tell you why. We've had cautions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cautions, 8 cautions. only 2 of which were stage run cautions. So, I mean, what do you think the odds are that we're going to go green from here?
70-30 for a yellow flag.
Well, here we got, you know, Joey, Brady, and Taylor have all stayed out. That's Joey Doucette, Brady LaBeouf, Taylor Peacock. They stayed out. They didn't pit. Everybody else did. 20-lap old tires up front. What do you think, Kevin? What are the odds here we're going to stay green?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Listen, so the last time you put that on us, the last time you put that on us, John, me and Kevin said cautions, bring cautions, and they didn't have a caution. So now it's reverse psychology, if you will.
There
now
you go.
me and Kevin are going to say it's going to be a wreck fest, and they're going to go all the way to the finish, caution free.
That's
There you go.
Well, that's what Bradley and company want to see happen. They want to see
Get a hold of one of your Louisiana voodoo dolls and
I
just,
said
you know,
12
kind of.
cautions. We're only at number 8. We got 4 more to go.
There you go. What did I say, 10?
You said 10.
You said 10, I went 13.
Dunn went on the over. did
John said 13. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll see. And look, you know what? I'm kind of pulling for Doucette, and I'm going to tell you why. Don't laugh at me, but that's a
my
Cajun
pick.
name. That's a Cajun name, man. I'm not saying he's going to win. I just like the name. Even though he's, what, Canadian or something like that? I don't know. Some from Maine, maybe, from somewhere up north. I'm not entirely sure.
That's a name that's been in sim
guys,
racing a long
I don't know if
time.
you see this, but
Yeah.
he's got that patriotic. He's got the patriotic
gorgeous
wrap
folds of-
job on his truck, the folds of honor, and
Yeah,
he's also
folds of
got.
honor.
I think it's Sergeant Ryan Inez. I think it is. I don't know if there's a way our camera crew can zoom in closer to that, but yeah, basically. Just like this weekend and all of the NASCAR events for the trucks tonight at Charlotte. I'll be there Sunday for the Coca-Cola 600, but of course for the Xfinity as well. All of those drivers are commemorating a fallen soldier with their name on the front spoiler or the front windshield visor of the truck. And as we have fun and we enjoy this Memorial Day weekend of speed, as Kevin mentioned, the Grand Prix of Monaco, the Indianapolis 500, and the Coca-Cola 600, we're mindful of the men and women that have fought for our country, that have let us allowed to have these freedoms, and we say thank you.
Absolutely. Couldn't said it better myself there, Wesley. We saw the green flag right there. The 81 gave a punt, and I mean a punt to Doucette at 16 right there.
And look at a punt now. The 81 gets pushed out of line to the back straightaway. They stuck it 3 wide. He holds on to it. No harm, no foul. In front of Cinnamon, in front of Wade, in front of Rivera. That battle heating up. What a save as Brady LaBeouf goes to the lead in turn 1.
Yeah, LaBeouf with the charge on the outside just drove around him, but here comes back on the charge. Doucette trying to get to him. I think Brady's got a little bit too much for him. Sergeant Ryan C. Nouse is the one on the windshield.
That's awesome. Off of turn 4, John, look at this.
Oh,
As Bradley gets in the wall.
Keith Bradley in the wall there. Didn't slow him down too much. Probably didn't damage him, but he's going to burn those tires up on the outside the way he was driving, I think, Wesley. He's driving a little too hard.
Alongside, here comes Doucette now. Doucette says, I will clear out of your way. Now Keith Bradley, even though he hit the outside retaining wall a moment ago, bonsais, clears 2 trucks out of turn 4. What a move as he goes after LaBeouf, Kevin, in 1.
He's got a nose ahead, and he's got a mission on mind. As he pulls ahead, he's got 1 car length, 1 truck length out of turn number 2 to the backstretch.
Big run to the back straightaway now. LaBeouf now knows the gloves are off. Into the wall with the animal. He's now snarling. He's now growling. He's coming after the field at Richmond and back to the lead out of turn 4, John.
Keith Bradley with 4 fresh new tires versus 20-lap old tires on LaBeouf. There was no question in my mind how long it was going to take him to get to the lead there. Keith Bradley leading the pack through 1 and 2. Back to you, Wesley.
Yeah, that's the equivalent of bringing a BB gun to a gunfight. And by the way, Kevin, we have jinxed our over-under. Caution flag flies again on lap number 120. We got problems for McKinnon and Doucette. Oh, my goodness, my pick. I jinxed him. Joey Doucette with a problem, and the caution is out for the 16. Wow.
Heavy damage on the 16 car. Here comes the replay, folks.
I know you guys are a little bit older than me, guys, but obviously I'm a fan of Hogan's Heroes. I see nothing. I know nothing.
Well, hey, look, in Joey's defense, that looked more like netcode than anything else. The 3 truck was in there on the side of him, but there wasn't enough, I don't think, of actual contact. But what hurt Doucette, the 16 truck, was A, the wall, and B, the truck that hit him in the nose right there at the end of that run, which I think was Ted Wade.
I'm going to call that one a little differently. I saw the 3 slide in there, and I think he just locked him up.
Oh,
and
yeah,
got
he
in.
slid in there, but, I mean,
It's just a
on
little
my
too
screen, I
hard.
didn't see any contact, so, yeah.
Yeah.
But, wow, Ted Wade got some significant damage from that, too. Wesley, your boy Doucette's not looking good right now, friend.
I'm sorry, were you talking to me?
Well, he's on pit road right now. He's taking 4 tires, but he's also getting his damage fixed. We'll see if he gets back on track under full power. That's going to be the key right there, Wesley. It's not the damage. It's the horsepower.
I thought you were using that Louisiana, Bayou Voodoo Dome, you stuff to help me out here tonight.
Stuck a
Come
pin
on.
right in him.
It's right.
I feel attacked. I feel
Back.
Bradley is the hey guys, but look what happened though, Kevin, to Keith Bradley. He smacked the wall. He got into the outside retaining wall and the safer wall barrier. Let's see if we can see on the passenger side of the 29 truck Chevrolet if he does have any damage.
a little bit.
Just a little bit, a little smidge, nothing much.
It's a kiss.
Out of that, yeah, just a little kiss, a little
Just a
peck,
little-
if you will. And that little kiss,
Hey, you
and that
brush
little
your
kiss
hair
was
back.
like,
that? You know what we call that back in the day? That's an on-track adjustment.
yeah, he couldn't get to third base, but he got to first base. But basically what happened, when he
Lord.
hit that wall, he basically went into stealth mode, if you will, and he just literally brought that truck to the front, came after LaBeouf, took the lead, and that was all she wrote, guys.
And Doucette is back on track. I think he's staying on the lead lap. We're going to see how it works out for him. Once again, if you're just tuning in, we've had a hell of a race. Not even going to lie about it. We've had some tire strategies that didn't quite work out with some folks. And we've had drama under caution. We've had wrecks on the backstretch. We've had announcers disappearing and reappearing. I'm pointing at you, Kevin.
My connection's almost typically rock steady. So, but we had a storm blow through here in New Jersey, and unfortunately, some of the gremlins came with it. But I think we're done with that now, and
Yeah, you
we're
sound
seeing
a lot
whale
better.
of a race, man.
Yeah. And we've still got
And we had
75
a
laps to go.
tornado. We had a friggin' tornado warning hit my house around 5:30 this afternoon. And, oh my goodness! All I can say to describe this, John and Kevin, was it was sunny, and it was nice, and then 5 minutes later, it got dark. Like it was like 9 o'clock at night.
Well,
Like,
hey, it's
wow.
been sunny and beautiful all day over here in South Louisiana. Went for a drive, ate me some po' boys over at Chris's Po' Boys. Good stuff right there. We're going back to green 2x2. Lights are off on the pace car. And we're going to see here, Kevin and Wesley, if we can get this thing going back to green and stay green for 74 laps.
LaBeouf is leading. Bradley's in second. We won't talk about the car in third. Thomas, Cinnamon, Cantwell, Wade, Rivera. Pretty stout field here. And I'll tell you, there's just been, other than the 29, no dominant truck here, Wesley. And I wonder where the 2 is. He's got to come back.
He's got some
see
damage
what
from that
happens.
last wreck.
That's right. You're exactly right, guys. We're coming to the restart.
Restart, green flag is out. Bradley really doesn't play a whole lot of mind games this time. He just stomps on the pedal and goes. Clears everybody going down through 1 and 2. He's got a good lead over the 9 car. Coming to you, Wesley.
Yeah, he said slingshot engaged in my earpiece, and that's exactly what's going on. As now the go button's been given by LaBeouf, but now Clinkhart, Kevin's pick, jinx him, making his way up to the corner. Well, that goes on. We got some trucks getting sideways,
That's
and
a
the caution will come out. Yellow flag. Clinkhart, Kevin England, was getting ready to make his move on, I believe, the animal Keith Bradley. And then all of a sudden, it gets halted by the yellow flag. Caution out again after problems here on the back straightaway.
As we watch the
We saw
replay.
that 2 get tagged here coming into turn number
Yeah,
3, just in the rear
that's
quarter
Wade.
panel.
Watch this. There's a 63 up the racetrack. He got into Ted Wade.
Oh, what a save.
There you see the save, but Adam Cantwell, I think honestly, John and Kevin in the booth, Cantwell's been a little bit aggressive, but I think he knows now it is time to go. It is time to get up to the front with 70 laps to go here at Richmond. It's not really a lot of time remaining. You can knock off 70 laps pretty quickly, and a little aggressive, if you will, give a little bumper to Ted Wade. Normally, John, you don't do that in the corner.
No, you wouldn't do that in the corner. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if maybe admin has something to say to him about that aggression level. maybe not going to black flag him this time, but they're going to have a talk with him. I mean, he's just taken out a championship contender right there with that. Not taking him out, but definitely hurt his odds tonight, if you will.
Hey, Zimmerman taking the wave around, guys, if you just saw to the back straightaway in front of my broadcast position. So I think he is going to go back on the lead lap. Yes, he will. So 20 trucks now on the lead lap here as we get ready to go back for a restart. And how many caution flags now, Mr. Engineer, on the back straightaway, I'm asking? How many, John?
I think that was number 10. Yeah, that was number 10 right there.
There's my number.
And we're going to go back to green with
we got an
about
awful number of laps to go here.
And I retract my previous statement. I don't think we're going to go 70 laps caution free.
No, that's where you campaign. We're going to go green.
I know.
I
Well,
have
what
a
this
feeling
does
that our favorite Raging Cajun here is going to have us covered tonight.
Spicy.
Hey, look,
It's
man,
spicy.
I'm just saying. I've known this guy for a while. That guy whose name shall not be mentioned, who is going to be starting on the outside this time. Again, they've all tried. Have you guys noticed that? Everybody that started at the restart, been the leader at the restart, has chosen the outside line, and it's worked out pretty good for him too.
Hey, but I will tell you this, though, guys, as we're still in the yellow flag, the childhood cancer number 5 entry, Kevin, your pick, 8 spots up. Jacob Klinkhart now starting to make his strength shown in this race as well. Yeah, I'm jinxing it. I'm sorry.
You're not supposed to do that.
No
It's
respect,
like
huh,
the
Kevin?
dreaded- We're calling the job. We're doing our job.
Get
It's
the
like
voodoo
we're
doll
out
out of Wesley
jinxing
and stick a
people.
pin in him, will you?
I need to put some black paint around his mouth like he's been sucking on a sewage pipe or something. Oh my goodness. We may have hit a nerve
That was
there,
me
Kevin.
talking in rewind. That was me talking in rewind, right?
Well, this has been an exciting race, and you know, one of the things that I've noticed from Ted Wade is he tends to run his truck pretty hard, and on the long run he fades, and I thought he was putting himself in a good position. He had fresh tires, he was knocking on a top 10, he just got tagged, and we have to put a pin in that and see at the end of this race where he ends up, whether he can recover from it. Yeah, you like what I did there? Or whether or not it was going to be his downfall. It's hard to say how those pins work, isn't it, John?
It is, but hey, look who's back there right now in 3rd spot. Brady LaBeouf. Man, 4th spot, excuse me. As we go down the backstretch, I mean, Wesley, we watched him cutting his way up through the field from basically back in the back of the pack now, up inside the top 5.
Oh, yeah, and he's not done yet, man. Here he comes right back to the field, up 16 spots. He had a chance to battle for the lead as they're working their way back to you to the green flag.
Pace truck is off the track. We're watching Bradley here, going to check everybody up again. Wait to the last second, and now he goes. Green flag is out. Bradley's still up top in that starter spot there. Going down through turn 1, he's bringing Klinkhart with him, and outside there is LaBeouf with 23 on the inside, Wesley.
Back to the back straightaway, an easy lead for the animal, Keith Bradley. He'll set sail away from Klinkhart, who's in that number 2 spot. Meanwhile, behind Thomas, LaBeouf, Cinnamon, Cantwell, Rivera, those Trovers going at it again. Kevin out of 4.
Cinnamon's got a racy truck here tonight, trying to clear for 3rd. Now he's going to dive for 2nd, gets down underneath LaBeouf, and he's got the position.
Yeah, Cinnamon had to battle his way up on the outside lane. The power move by LaBeouf. Cantwell will follow. Painter, Rivera also licking their chops, ready to pounce out of 4 for that spot.
Cinnamon down on the inside of LaBeouf, the 3 truck down below. Oh, we got a truck spun around in 4.
Caution in turn number 4, guys, just at the bottom of the racetrack. It's the number 1 machine. That is Jason Morales. 3rd time that he's had a problem on the racetrack here tonight at Richmond. And caution flag number 11 is out.
He is one of our championship contenders as well, as denoted by the banner on the windshield and the yellow spoiler there. And wow, he just drifted right up into the 13 right there, kind of went into that turn a little too hard. My goodness, yeah, as our producer pointed out, that's the 2nd time the 13 and 1 have had contact on track. And I'm wondering, Wesley, is this going to carry over, you think, a couple more laps?
I've lost my over-under. I have no comment.
Yeah. He's not a championship contender. He just has yellow banners on there. And also,
okay. I apologize.
Yeah,
I
no,
thought...
it is deceiving looking there as you watch the replay. The other thing is I talked to Brady LaBeouf, and they rolled that truck off the trailer, and unfortunately the team didn't get a chance to make the corrections. He is not a championship contender. Our last season champion is got dropped out of the round of 16. But Bradley is, and Bradley's doing everything he's got to do tonight here, John, to get himself a victory and get himself locked into that final 4 going into Homestead.
Do we have a list of that by any chance, Kevin, of who actually is the final 8 or the 8 right now?
I could tell you: Ted Weed, Keith Bradley, Chris Cinnamon, Stephen Thomas, Joey Doucette, Tyler Dittmer, Justin Lumpkin, and Dana Shepard is your top 8.
And remember, guys, the drivers that had those yellow front windshields and the visors on the back and also on their spoilers is the ones that are the drivers that are in the running for the championship.
That's what
and
we
they're
were
the
just
yellow trucks in the top
listening?
8. Yeah,
no, there's some guys out there that don't that have them on there that aren't in the championship. That's why
I think only LaBeouf is the one.
Oh, okay.
That's not fair. They should take it off.
We'll give Brady.
How much have you had to drink tonight, sir?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I think I've had about 5 Pepsis.
Oh, good Lord. He's on a sugar rush. He's going to crash, Kevin. Right around lap 180, we're going to hear snoring from the backstretch. I go there and smack that guy in the back of the head. Well, that was caution number 11. Was it?
Caution 11. I told you, I'm not talking that much. By over-under, I lost.
Man, but you know what? It's Richmond, which was bound to be expected. I mean, you know, it's Richmond, man. It's short track. You have cautions on short tracks.
Yeah.
But I would really like to see this thing go green the rest of the way, only because of all the different pit strategies we've seen so far of guys who stayed out and didn't stay out. And all the guys that stayed out are done. They've gone in, pitted, getting wrecked or whatever, except for Brady LaBeouf. Last time he pitted was lap 95. So he's got the oldest tires on track, but he's also been the fastest truck we've seen tonight, Wesley.
He certainly has, man. And yeah, you remember, he's had to plow through the field, if you will. And he's up 14 spots. So, I mean, that's the guy that I would say keep an eye on for sure, trying to get back into the hunt of things. And remember, here's the deal. You get a you don't get a fast repair in this series, John. You get damage, you hit the wall. That's all she wrote. So basically,
you know what you
we'll
get?
see what happens.
That's what you get.
You do. You're exactly right. You go on the damage clock, and you got to see how much your tow at time's going to be there. But Kevin, they're working their way back to you in the front of the restart of the Geico restart zone, and your man right there going to battle alongside the animal on the outside lane as we come back to green.
Yeah, Bradley looking at the starter, and he's just going to hammer down here. I suspect Chris Cinnamon's going to have a little say in this restart as he'll try to charge and tackle that second position. Bradley, again, slingshot, shot out of a cannon. He's got a Ford truck car leg lead, or whatever it's called, coming to the backstretch.
Yeah, just call it a trunk lead, the tailgate lead there, if you will, Bradley. We got one seeing it out of back. He slams into the inside retaining wall. Hard contact. It's the 81 machine, a Bullock's machine. Problems out. Yellow flag quickly for Taylor Peacock, I meant to say. Taylor Peacock in the green and black 81 just bonsai through the pack. And the yellow flag, John, back out for now.
Yep, and he took a tow, which means his engine was done, and with the lack of time left in this race, his night is going to be done. Taylor Peacock in that 81 car. We watched the replay on the restart here to see what happened there on the backstretch. Wesley, I'm guessing there was a little contact.
Yeah, we're going to see here again. I mean, I just caught the last glimpse of it, if you will, on the back straightaway. And we were watching that great battle on the restart with the front trucks, but then all of a sudden I saw that truck bonsai. And they're looking at him, oh my goodness, 4 wide, 3 wide, 10 weight on the inside, pitched in. I don't think they're, whoa, he did.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. Oh.
Just had nowhere to go. The Clemson truck bonsai'd the 81 machine there. So Robert Richards had some help turning Taylor Peacock. And as again, you get to the end of this race, Kevin and John, 50 laps to go, you're going to see this aggressiveness.
Yes, sir, aggression. I mean, we're under I mean, you got to remember, when these guys are actually doing green flag laps, they're doing about 22, 23 seconds per lap. So that's about 2 3/4 laps per minute. So we're down in the wire, really. These laps go by so fast in the green that they've got to get everything they can right now. And would you not agree with me there, Kevin?
I agree. I also think that if you're going to see cautions, you're not racing, which means there's no advantage to pass. And, you know, you have to wonder if LaBeouf sitting there in 7th on the older tires, it might be the time for him to go get a set, because if they get closer to the finish, he's not going to be on fresh tires. He'll be at a disadvantage to everybody else coming to the end.
Oh, by the way, Kevin, how many cautions did you pick?
12. We're
this is
at
12. You're in the same boat I'm in. By the way, you're John, you got one more. We're all going to lose.
You know, I went back and I'm in the server with the guys.
If we get to 14, do we get to reset our picks?
And it looked, actually what happened was Peacock bounced off the 25 truck of, the 26 truck of Cody Knott, which sent him down into the 48 on the backstretch, which of course sent him into the wall. So, you know, I just want to get that out there. We weren't blaming the 48 truck of causing that. That would be Robert Richards in the school that will not be named truck. But yeah, that's what happened there. I just want to put that out there. We weren't actually pointing fingers at anybody, just calling it the way we saw it, folks. So yeah, well, you know, I'm hoping we go green all the way, but you know, whatever. It's whatever.
Hey, so if you get your 13th caution, I'm going to repeat what Kevin just said. Can we do like The Price is Right? You've all gone over bid, so you know you gotta reset your bids again. Can we do that?
No.
No.
No. That's inviting catastrophe. Do we really want to do that?
That's not fair.
That is, you do have a good point there, John.
So by virtue, Kevin, of close to 13 cautions, John Muschin's going to win the caution bet.
We'll just consider John the scholar that he is and let it be at that.
Or maybe it's that John had a few cautions himself on Richmond.
Well, I'll tell you this, though, John and Kevin, I think things are going to get a little spicy, as you always say, with your tamale, face pepper sauce, if you will. So, not tamale, the pepper. I know, I meant to say tamale pepper.
He's killing me. He's killing me.
55 laps to go.
So we are going back to green single file. They've decided single file restarts here. Pace truck is off. Bradley bringing him down to the green once again. Stomps on that go pedal, and off they go. Bradley, clean cart. Back there in third is Cinnamon Wesley coming down to you, buddy.
Yeah, turn number 2. It's going to be a nice restart for the animal. Keith Bradley pulls away. 3 truck links now on the machine of clean cart. Cinnamon now back up into the battle, up 6 spots to third. He's got a tailgate of his machine, and Roberts behind them as they work out of Thomas out of turn 4.
Single refile, single, wow. I had a little bit of a stroke here. Single file restart is what I was trying to choke out. Has spread this field out. Everybody kind of being careful. I think somebody must have got on the radio and said, okay, boys, let's clean this up a little bit. And right now things look pretty calm out there, Wesley, as far as it's been tonight.
Yeah, that conga line now settles in at single file, as you said, John. Everybody, for the most part, just kind of put the aggressive peg limiter down to 0 right now, as it's Bradley, Klinkart. Now the battle going on between Thomas and Cinnamon. John, Cinnamon will go to third out of 4.
Cinnamon up to third, past Thomas, that 23 truck, and I believe it was the admin, Brady LaBeouf, who said, okay, single file restarts from here on out, or at least until they get their stuff together. Because, I mean, let's be honest here. We want to see some green flag racing, not caution after caution. And he decided that single file would be the best way to do it. Now, speaking of Brady LaBeouf, Wesley, he's not up there in the top 10 anymore.
No, he's not up there in the top 10 any further as he's closing in on 50 laps to go. He's fell back to the 9th spot, up 10 positions, but if he's better go, he better go now. Another driver we're going to keep an eye on, Raul Meza now has climbed to the top 10. All of this going on as now Klinkart, Cinnamon, Thomas, Cantwell battle single file there, Kevin, out of 3.
Yeah, we watched Cinnamon climb out of the backing into the straightaway here. Thomas kind of trying to give chase, and everybody's just settled in right now. Cantwell, who's been pretty aggressive tonight, holding a pretty wheel in the number 63. And things have settled down a little bit as it continues to be Keith Bradley holding charge.
Yeah, that works their way again out of turn number 2. Final 50 laps now settles in. They work out of turn 4. To you, John.
Off of turn 4, one more time, down through 1 and 2. That single file restart seems to have really calmed some tempers down here, Wesley.
Yeah, I hate to say this, but you might be the guy on the over-under win peg right now. It looks like these guys for the first time tonight have literally stopped being so aggressive. Wade now clearing by LaBeouf. That works on as they work out of turn 4, Kevin.
This is where Wade has to shine. He just has to put that truck into gear, get through, pick up one position at a time, pick him up, put him down, see if he can get himself up to a top 5 at minimum.
Back straightaway, Field working their way back off into the corner. There's now Painter's Machine, the cookout entry. Ted Wade, for the most part, earlier the race all the way back up in the front. Now he's fell back to the top 10. He's in ninth. Had some problems in the accident. He's now working his way off of turn 2 to the back straightaway. And for the most part now, I cannot believe this, John Mustian Jr. They're single file. Everybody is looking like they got they're minding their P's and Q's out of turn 4.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm watching LaBeouf still slide backwards now. He's about to be out of the top 10. I think his problem is those tires have just finally given up on him. We're on lap 155. He last pitted on lap 95. So he's got 60 laps. Oh, he got a little contact back there on LaBeouf, as a matter of fact. It looked like I couldn't see who it was that got into him. Somebody got into him a little bit there.
Yeah, that was Gregory there that almost got into him, the 61 truck, if you will. That's the battle outside the top 10 for 11th. Gregory and LaBeouf, a little bump and bang there. So things are starting to get a little spicy, if you will, there. As now here comes also some lap trucks in that movement to the back straightaway. LaBeouf does not like that Gregory bunted into him. He now clears him way, Kevin, going to 3.
Yeah, a little gaggle of trucks here got close to each other, but then they settled it all out. There's a couple little battles here and there all over the racetrack right now. Wade up to 9th. LaBeouf is dropped back here to 10th. He's got Gregory trying to get through with the 37 tucked right in. As, whoa, big slide out of turn number 2. Good catch.
Yeah, that was a big save there by Roberts. The Clemson truck almost went spinning. Robert Richards in the 48 machine. He went up 11 spots. Now he loses a couple of positions. No harm, no foul, though, as we will stay under the green flag as they come to the line. It's 42 laps to go, John, as right now it's Keith Bradley down the back straightaway. Clinkhart, Thomas, Cinnamon, Cantwell, Brady LaBeouf. That battle going into 3. That's for the top 10.
Brady LaBeouf still hanging on right now inside the top 10, but I got a feeling as we go further, these tires are going to give up on him. In the meantime, I'll tell you what, Bradley stepping out to a heck of a lead there, Wesley.
Yeah, big battle now as Keith Bradley has pulled away. You see the animal now reeling in. Nobody in his sights now. He's got about a half-second lead on Jacob Clinkhart. Clinkhart, though, if he better go now. But I got to wonder if he saved his tires and he's making it be in his advantage. He's got such a great lead over everyone else, Kevin England, as they work the back straightaway, heading your way to turn number 3. Keith Bradley in stealth mode for the stretch here at Richmond.
As good as Bradley has been tonight, don't give him the trophy just yet. This is one of those racetracks where a driver can just stalk somebody from behind and in a couple laps close that gap. We'll have to see how this plays out. But for Clinkhart, for Thomas, laps are ticking off here. And John, they're going to have to start to get on the march here if they're going to track down that 29 of Bradley.
Yes, sir. Stephen Thomas turned the fastest lap last time with 23 flat as we watch him now work his way around Clinkhart. But again, we've got 38 laps left in this race. Wesley, they got to watch those tires, man. Can't burn them up just yet.
Yeah, you can't burn up those tires, but for the most part, also, you got to remember it's time to go. As Brady LaBeouf is spinning in front of you in the grass, John.
LaBeouf spins down in the grass, and I told y'all, them tires were giving up on him. They are so old right now. The good news is he stays in the lead lap. He'll be able to get in and get some fresh tires put on that truck. The bad news is he's going to restart back there in 16th, looks like, as we watch the replay here, Kevin.
Yeah, just got hit a little too hot. The truck got sideways. Gregory gave him a little bit of a tap, went into the wall, and that's a bigger incident than it looked like. He got a pretty good shot on that right side.
Oh, and by the way, guys, remember in the most recent restart, there was a little contact there between the 61 machine of Stephen Gregory and Brady LaBeouf for the back straightaway. No harm, no foul. They kept going, but I wonder if a driver got their memory back, John.
Everybody's coming in now. This could be a very important pit stop right here, folks. These guys are all pitting lap 163, coming to 164. We know that they can go all the way on fuel already. They really didn't need gas, but this will put them within range of tires that they can really push the truck a little bit harder, Wesley, because they told us at the beginning of the race that, after about 30 laps, the tires gave up on them.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So this is the money stop, as you mentioned. If you want to have a flawless pit stop, you want to get back in the game, so to speak, like maybe Ted Wade or others, this is your chance to do it now, Kevin, as they're getting ready to get those 4 tires and fuel. Look at the 23 of Thomas. He beat Wade and others off of the pit lane. He's going to make a run for Keith Bradley as they exit off pit road.
Yeah, I think they had no choice. They're going to want fresh tires after that long stint. If somebody stayed out, they're going to end up in the same way LaBeouf did. It just cannot make time.
Oh, my. And they're on 40-lap old tires. They're even worse than LaBeouf was in that last restart when he stayed out with 20-lap old tires.
Is it good though? That's the thing though,
No.
John and Kevin, because
No.
but it's short track racing, okay? It's a track position.
But you saw how fast
Robert Richards and Joey Doucette stayed out. Look who's back up in the lead again.
Yeah, but you saw how fast it went south for LaBeouf with those old tires. These guys are restarting with twice as old tires as LaBeouf did that time, and they've got the animal behind them, Klinkart and the animal right behind them. Now, this is going to be ugly.
Unless they are thinking, Kevin England, like we are, that they're getting ready for another caution flag.
Yeah, the best that they can hope for is to stay in the top 5, run about 12 laps, and think everybody else is going to pit. And when everybody goes in the pit, they've gained a little track position. But I think I agree with Don's little wince there. I don't see how this strategy works out for either one of them.
Yeah, I'm worried, guys. I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe those are going to be
worried.
a run of cautions and to be able to hold that track position. That's about the best chance they have, I believe.
And I haven't seen race control throw it to single file yet. We'll get a notification from race control in the server if that happens, because we know that it went straight to the single file there, and it worked out, Kevin. I mean, Wesley. I mean, they went a while there under green, but it looks like
they did. They certainly did. And here's the thing. We're coming back to the start-finish line, guys, on your neck of the woods. And from my view of the back straightaway, you got 33 or under 34 laps to go. The lights are off of the pace truck. And you got to think there, we just set ourselves in for the money stop. So this is going to be the run to the checkered flag. But I really think the Clemson truck and the 16 and Robert Richards and Joey Doucette believe, Kevin, there's going to be another caution flag. And when that happens, I think they're going to quickly come to the pits and take advantage of that. But then you got to think they lose all that track position as Kevin, we get ready to go back to green. And John, to answer your question, they are going back single file.
Yes, they are. And I tell you what, this might give the 48 the best hope he needs right now. That puts at least one car between him and everybody else with fresh tires. As the pace car jumps off the track right there, he holds it as long as he can. Green flag is out. He pounds that go pedal. And, oh, wow, already contact between the 16 of Doucette and Klinkart in the 5 car.
Yeah, here you go. Watch this little bump and bang 'em. Here you go. Rock 'em, sock 'em robots on a short track jet Coliseum. Back straightaway. Look at Klinkart now, clearing away a big lead. I can't believe this. Robert Richards, Kevin, he might have been playing possum on everybody at the restart.
Yeah, he got a great jump, and I have to imagine that some of these drivers have proven clean air is a good advantage in the trucks, but you could just see them bearing down on him. I have a feeling a world of hurt's about to come a lap or two from now.
Beaten, battered, banged, and bruised, damaged. Number 48, Richards, still in the fight. He leads the way. A 3-truck battle behind him, though, out of 4, though, John.
Bumping and banging still. Look at this. Bradley doesn't have anywhere to go, trying to get around the slower truck here. I told you this wasn't going to work out because they caught him so fast right there. Clean air or not, he's got old tires. As he gets into the wall right there, heavy contact, checks up the rest of the field. In the meantime, Klinkart is trying to hold off the 29 truck. I don't think it's going to work, Kevin.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that the 48 is now going to just slip back, especially after that damage. Now the question is, can Bradley wrestle his way around Klinkart? He draws alongside. He's to the rear quarter panel, doesn't have him clear. They come to the backstretch, side by side off the 2.
Clinkhart, Bradley battling door to door, so now you have Roberts out of the equation. Now the battle continues for the lead. Clinkhart, Bradley. Here comes Thomas out of 4 now, John.
Thomas out of 4, looking at these two up front and waiting for them to make a mistake as they go down through 1 and 2. Bradley still hung out on the outside, cannot clear the 5 of Clinkhart.
Yeah, side by side, they work to the back straightaway. A little wiggle there, but there's contact. Cantwell gets sideways. He about smacked the outside retaining wall. Somehow, somewhere, they saved it, and the battle goes on. Now with a 3-truck battle. Now make it 4. Quattro. Cinnamon's in the mix as they go to turn 1.
Yeah, stick a fork in the number 5. The 29 just had too much momentum on the outside. He's going to drive around him. Now Thomas has the assault. He tries to come underneath Clinkhart for a second.
And you saw all that move that Cantwell had. He lost all that ground there, John, as they worked out of turn 4. What a save for those trucks, though.
Great save for those trucks. He got hard contact into the wall right there. In the meantime, up front, Clinkhart is under fire from Thomas down there in the 23 truck. I think Thomas is going to be able to take this away. Oh, we got contact between a lap car and the 29. That was Roberts.
That's the truck that was almost in the battle, guys. 3 wide, lap truck in the way. There's contact. Little contact with Thomas. He's the hot dog between the bun, if you will. The meat and the sandwich. Somehow, with lap truck contact, he still holds on. They still hold it together. Thomas scampers away. Cantwell, who hit the wall a moment ago, has now made a move now on Cinnamon. And all the while, Brady LaBeouf is back in the battle in the 3 there, Kevin.
Yeah, great challenge from the 63 as those trucks are really loose again off of turn number 2 on the bottom, but making a lot of speed, and Thomas has to count himself fortunate there as they roll through turns 1 and 2. He got a pass from that 48. I thought he was going to head to the wall.
Yeah, say about a mulligan, if you will. More trucks bouncing, bonsaiing inside and outside, snaking their way, if you will, around the racetrack. But here they go now as Ted Wade making a run now on Cantwell. Painter will follow. That goes on John to 1.
To clarify what happened with Robert Richards in that 48 truck, he came off of pit road. He had pitted, taken tires, came off pit road, and came up into the lane in front of Keith Bradley. That's what we saw there, guys.
Pretty interesting battle there. Kevin, they're working your way out of turn 4.
The truck on the move lately has been the 2 of Ted Wade. We saw him trying to get the run with those fresh tires, take advantage of it. A Cinnamon slices underneath Thomas and Wade coming in to make that a 3-truck battle on the backstretch.
Yeah, backstretch turn number 3. Wade now starting to put on the afterburners. He's reeling in Cinnamon and Thomas, John, out of 4.
Cinnamon and Thomas are feeling that heat from Ted Wade back there. Ted, I don't know, man. He may not be able to catch these guys in time as we come to 20 laps to go there, Wesley.
Working their way back off the corner out of turn 2 to the back straightaway. Cinnamon, Thomas working to 3. That's behind Clinkhart. Settling in. Mind you, the animal is gone. Keith Bradley, 30, now making it into 20 laps to go next time, Bob. And a big lead he has over the field is now, here comes Roberts. One more time, Thomas and Cinnamon. Now this battle reeling in each other like bait on a hook into turn 3, Kevin. Single file is now making everybody reel each other in out of 4.
Truck with a little bit of speed right now. Cinnamon, he draws up to the back bumper of Clinkhart. Is he going to take a look at him coming down here into their number 1? He peaks down low. Thomas got to follow through to the backstretch.
To the back straightaway, side by side. Cinnamon on the inside. He had some problems earlier in the race. Now he knows it's go time. He threads the needle. Thomas thought about going 3 wide. John didn't do it as they come out of 4.
Couldn't do it as they came out of 4. Got Cinnamon down the inside of Clinkhart going down through 1. Will he clear him this time? I don't know, man. Clinkhart's fighting hard on the outside there, Wesley.
Yeah, that going on again, side by side to the back straightaway. Now Thomas is in this mix. Look at now Wade working hard. These guys, believe it or not, even though they're racing hard, they're looking for a caution flag, Kevin. They need one as we're 20 laps to go here.
Cinnamon disposes of the 5 truck of Clinkhart. Thomas looking to do the same. Now he has to set sail and see if he can track down Bradley, who's been gone out of turn number 2. He's got a long way to go.
Back straightaway, wheeling and dealing, wiggle, going to the inside, contact. Clinkhart gets turned. He turns Thomas. Somehow, some way, Wade goes by. Painter gets collected. Rivera gets collected. He gets plowed into by the 37 machine as well of another truck. Multiple laps down, and the caution comes out here just what the doctor ordered. Yellow flag number 14. But John, I don't think that's the caution that Klinkhart wanted. He wanted a caution. He didn't want to be a part of it.
No, he didn't, as Ted Wade gave him a little shot right there, which caused him to slide up into the turn into the 23 truck. And then we had collateral damage going on back here. 37 just comes piling there. But watch the buff come in here really late, right about here. And I don't know why he was going so fast right there, but he got some more damage thrown onto his truck right there. And he was in 11th when that happened. But yeah, guys, this is going to make things really, really interesting. That is not what Keith the Animal Bradley wanted to see there, Wesley. Hello, Wesley?
Oh, man, this is shootout time, guys. I really just, I don't know. I think Bradley's got a strong truck, Kevin and John, but Wade was strong when he was up in the front. Cinnamon had looked good the times that he was up in the front of the pack as well, John and Kevin. I just think that, I don't know. I think, I hate to say this, John. I think we're going to see another short track bump and run like we saw with the Crown Jewel Late Model Stock Series.
Oh, I know we
Justin
are.
Brooks
I'm
on,
telling you, we're going
Wednesday night.
Yeah, we are, if they can get close enough to him. That's the question. Bradley has been outstanding on restarts tonight. The question really, though, I think, Kevin, is are they going to start single file or double file? If they start single file, it's over, I think. I think with the laps we're going to have left, Bradley will be able to get out to a good lead there. If it's double file, man, I don't know. He's going to have to outsmart that 3 truck.
Yeah, it's just hard to figure this out because everybody's been so fast. If I'm the 29, I'd be nervous about the 3, but I'd even be more nervous than the 2. He's driven back from deep within the field. He's got a fast truck, and he's multi-time winner this series. The 2 of them have won 3 races this year, and both of them looking to see if they can get their 4th. And for Cinnamon, with 1 win on the season, this would be an amazing win to come out of Richmond and go to the championship with a lock.
Yeah, you got to remember, guys, you're in this Final 4, or you're in the Elite 8 to go to the Championship 4. If you do that, Keith Bradley has punched his ticket. And, John, we know Keith Bradley, for the most part, for myself, I know him from dirt track. I remember when he used to run pavement back about 2 years ago, okay, whenever the original NASRA series was created. And I'm talking about the Outlaw Super Late Model Series. He would tear cars up from the floor up. He would get up there on the racetrack and he'd come to green and spin out. He'd get caught up in accidents. He would be so frustrated, but then he would run a dirt race and he would do so well. He kind of reminds me a lot of the Will Duvall, if you will, of the Pavement Northwest Series. The same thing. It succeeds in dirt, struggles in pavement. But for this year, Kevin England, you followed it most of the way. He has just been a spotlight driver, the animal looking to go to the Championship 4 here tonight at Richmond.
Yeah, there were times in the season where he exceeded, and there were times in the season where he was rather quiet. But lately, when the pressure's been on, he's been able to answer the bell. And right now, he's had the fastest truck all night long. I really feel like, as much as we're looking at the challengers behind him, his race to lose. He's got a stout truck. He just needs to get away from these guys and keep looking out the front windshield.
Pace truck ducks off. We're going back to green here. He's got to outsmart that 3 truck on this restart. That's what it boils down to. We're going green with 12 to go and cross line, and he does a great start right there. Keith the Animal Bradley out to the 3 truck lead, going down through 1 and 2. Wesley, they're coming with you, buddy.
Working off of turn number 2. Again, a big run there by Bradley. Cinnamon now follows. Here comes now Wade. Wade and Cantwell battling side by side for that spot. Down to turn number 3. They know it's go time, Kevin, out of 4.
Cinnamon on the chase and trying to see if he could stay with the 29, make this an honest race. Wade looking down low underneath Cantwell, trying to get down alongside, make it a 3-truck battle. Cantwell does not seem to have the speed right now to stay with those top 2.
Yeah, saves onto those spots as they work into turn number 3. Powers in, diving hard on Cantwell as Ted Wade. They make contact. He lost ground. He overshoots the racetrack out of turn 4 and goes up high, Kevin. John.
Up high indeed. He lost a lot of ground right there. He had to get out of the throttle to avoid running over the 23 truck. Sorry, the 63 truck as we move through this. And I tell you what, come to the backstretch, Wesley, it's going to be a fight between he and the 97 truck.
The gloves are off, buddy. It's 10 laps to go, 190 on the board, and here comes now Rivera trying to make a move on Wade for that spot. This is all white into the top 10. Everyone's single file all the while. Keith Bradley is gone as they go to turn number 1 and 2.
You could just see the two drop when he went into the corner. The truck could look like it just locked down to the ground, slid the nose, unable to hold the traction, and he slipped back, and that's got to be a relief for Bradley, who's got Cinnamon in tow. He's got him covered by a half second right now on the racetrack.
Coming back down through 1 and 2 towards my friend Wesley in the backstretch. Bradley has about a half a second lead there, Wesley.
Yeah, if it was go time, he knew he needed to hit the go pedal and do it now. He's got a big lead over the machine over Cinnamon. Meanwhile, Cantwell battles there with Thomas for 3rd and 4th and 3 as they work off the corner.
3 truck comes across line in second, still falling back. He's got almost a second now between he and Bradley as we see a good fight shaping up here between Thomas and Cantwell. Wesley.
Thomas and Cantwell side by side. This is behind her second place machine there of Cinnamon. A little shot there. One to the inside, one to the outside. Cantwell up the racetrack, Kevin. This allows Lumpkin now to get into the top 5 as they battle side by side at the line.
This battle still continues. Thomas looking to see if he can clear him here in turn number 1. You see the flames come out as he eases off the gas. Now he picks up the throttle out to the back stretch. Still not clear out of turn 2.
We dirt tracked it just a little bit, header fire there as Thomas now clears by the machine of Cantwell. Looking ready to pounce, ready was Lumpkin. Lumpkin then lost ground. They come to the line, and we're 5 to go here, John, at Richmond.
5 to go. Thomas clears Cantwell, and that 63 set his sights now on the 3 truck of Chris Cinnamon, but he's gone.
Gotta wonder if there's going to be a late race caution on the horizon, or do they take this thing on home for supper? The leader up in front, Keith Bradley. Bradley, Cinnamon, they hold on to that spot. Meanwhile, here comes now Wade and Lumpkin battling for spots into turn 1.
Wade and Lumpkin battling it out right there. That's for 5th and 6th right there as Ted Wade looks to move up into 5th. Makes the move right there and clears them. In the meantime, up front, Keith Bradley has a 1.5 second lead over Chris Cinnamon.
A respectable top 10 for Lumpkin. He was knocking on a top 5, but Wade trying to recover after that incident earlier. He makes it to the 5th position. Bradley, Cinnamon, Thomas, Cantwell, and Wade are your top 5 with laps running out.
And you see the interval there as they work into turn number 3. What a big lead Keith Bradley has over second place Cinnamon as they work out of 4.
Keith Bradley coming 2 to go right now as we go down through 1 and 2. He makes it look so easily tonight, Wesley. He's had great restarts, and he's leading the pack now.
The penultimate lap underway. Keith Bradley just hitting his marks one more time. Keeps it up off the safer wall barrier. He's got a big run. Chris Cinnamon on the second place truck. He can just hold on and coast from here as he works out of turn 4.
As we cross line, 1 to go. CRN 1 to go. Keith Bradley has a 1.6 second lead over Chris Cinnamon back there in second. You've got, correction, Steve Thomas now up to second. I don't know what happened, but Steve Thomas got past Cinnamon for second place. Meantime, Bradley comes down through 3 and 4 for the last time, making it look smooth, making it look easy, coming off of 4. He'll come down. He's going to take the checker flag. Keith, the Animal Bradley is your winner tonight. Second place goes to Stephen Thomas. Third place is going to be Chris Cinnamon. Adam Cantwell finishes 4th. Rounding out your top 5 is Ted Wade. Wesley, what a race.
And can you say now that Keith Bradley has punched himself in to the championship 4 here for the NASRA Triple M Pulling Truck Series Championship? Kevin, he did exactly what he needed to do. You've fallen for the most part all year long, and this was, he called his shot, if you will. He gets it done short track style tonight at Richmond.
Yeah, nobody's got a bigger smile than Bradley, who has a huge advantage now going into the championship. He's locked his ticket into the top 4, and well, you got to say good run for Cinnamon, good run for the Thomas truck. They both have good point outcomes here going into the next race, and he's going to write his signature here on the front straightaway of Richmond Raceway.
Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna give you guys the final results. Then we'll take a quick commercial break after that, and we'll come back with some driver interviews and final thoughts and whatnot. First place is gonna be Keith Bradley with the win tonight. Locks himself in to the final 4, as Wesley mentioned. Second place, Stephen Thomas. Third place, Chris Cinnamon. Fourth place, Adam Cantwell. Fifth place, Ted Wade. Kevin.
It'll be Justin Lumpkin in 6th in the 87, 9th. 97 of Jose Luis Rivera comes home in 7th. Cody Not Quiet 8th place finish. 10th place will be the number Jacob 5, the 5 of Clinkart Doucette. Then Gregory LeBoeuf comes home in 12th, 13th for Huck Wigington. Raul Meza struggles on to position there. As you see the lineup going through, Robert Richards, Dana Shepard, Taylor Peacock, Michael McKinnon in 20th, all major laps down, did not get to the finish here. Jason Morales, Keith Haney, Christopher Blanchard out early, James D. Morris, Brandon Bullock. Jeffrey Sickles only made a handful of laps. Brian Abbott, trouble early, and first retiree, last place for the 28th position is a 59 of Blake Lothian.
I don't think Blake even made a lap, did he? Well, folks, that's your final results tonight. Unofficial, of course. I'm sure they'll be officialized eventually. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, like I said, driver interviews for the top 3, our final thoughts, and we'll probably queue up next week's race. Y'all stay tuned now. And welcome back, race fans, to the Family Handyman 420. We have had one hell of a race tonight. A couple of cautions here and there, just a couple. Your winner, Keith Bradley, won in outstanding fashion. But before we get to him, we're going to talk to our third place driver. That's going to be Chris Cinnamon. Chris, this is John up in the booth. Buddy, got your ears on?
Hey, John, I got you. How you doing?
Hey, man, that was a hell of a race. For starters, I mean, that was a great race. You know, I know it had some cautions, but it was Richmond, man. What'd you expect? But you ran second for a long time there on the back half of that race. What happened in the last 10 laps there? Where did you slip up and Steven got by you, or were you just worn out?
No, first off, I want to apologize to Doucette there and Robbie. I got into them earlier and caused them to wreck. Not what I wanted, man, but Richmond, and it happens, I guess, but definitely felt bad. Yeah, I know those last 10 laps, I just used up my stuff, and Stephen Thomas, he's so quick here, so I saw him coming. I knew I was in trouble, and I bobbled, made a couple of mistakes in the last couple of laps, and he got me.
Yeah, Chris, we saw how fast you were tonight. Great podium finish. Congrats on that. It looked like the truck was a handful tonight, especially out of turn number 2. Talk about the grip levels out there.
Yeah, it was tough at times, but I enjoyed it. It was fun racing. Track change too from practice to race, and you just had to adjust. And yeah, overall, it wasn't too bad.
Well, buddy, is there anybody you want to thank for your run tonight?
Yeah, John at Over the Top Designs there, Bruzy Racewear, Triple M Pulling, Brady for putting this thing on, and you guys as well up top. My teammates, they're awesome as always. And the guys we race here with NASRA, these guys are so good, and just to be a top 3 is quite an accomplishment because you guys are so good in this field.
Absolutely, wholeheartedly agree with you on that one. Thank you so much for your time there, Chris. That's the 3rd place driver, Chris Cinnamon, tonight's NASRA runner. I tell you what, man, these guys make it look easy, folks, but running at Richmond, be it in the sim or in real life, is not so easy. And I'm thinking our 2nd place driver of Stephen Thomas can probably give us a few more insights on that. Stephen, this is John up the booth, buddy. How you doing?
Good, man. How you doing, buddy?
Well, man, you managed to get your way back up to 2nd. You had a very interesting race tonight, man. Talk to me about it.
Yeah, it was very interesting. I pride myself in long runs, especially at Richmond. I love this place. Kind of stuff that we didn't have that, but it was fun overall. I had some really bad luck. It looked like in lap 183. Somebody being way too aggressive, put me back into, I think I started like 7th race with the 12 to go, I guess, and worked my way up to 2nd. So, I mean, that feels good. I'm glad I at least put myself back to where I was. Like I said, I just wish I could have raced with Keith in the long run, and it would have been a heck of a race for sure.
Yeah, Stephen, congrats on that 2nd place finish tonight. It looked like a lot of action out there tonight, as typical for short track racing. How aware of how fast Keith were you, and did you think you had something for him in the long run there?
Oh, I was very aware of it, but I did have something in the long run. It was just we never really had one. I mean, there was a couple times I think we did about 25, maybe 30 laps, and I was really starting to put some time in between us there when that happened. But I mean, I think that was like twice the whole race. I could not run with him and Ted, and I think even Joey who came up there for second. Jacob, man, they all had really fast short runs for sure, but I could run them all down after about 20. So yeah, like I said, I kind of wish it would have went that way, but unfortunately it didn't.
Well, there you have it, folks. Stephen Thomas, your 2nd place driver. Stephen, is there anybody you want to thank for your run tonight, bud?
Yeah, definitely you guys at the broadcast room. You did a great job there. I think Triple M Pulling, Over the Top Designs, Blanchard Towing, Butt Kicker, Brady, and all the admins that are involved in running this league. And my sponsor, Family Handyman, tonight, and Family Handyman 420 tonight at Richmond. So congrats to all the guys that got a little bit extra money in the purse tonight. And Powerhouse, all the guys that showed up tonight, man. Y'all have a good night. I appreciate it.
Well, there you have it, folks. Stephen Thomas brings it home 2nd tonight to Keith the Animal Bradley. Speaking of the Animal, we've got him now in Victory Lane. Keith, John up in the booth, buddy. You got your ears on?
I got you, John.
Well, my friend, it seems like every time I step in for somebody here, you're winning races, man. So maybe I should get some money from you for being your good luck charm.
Absolutely.
Hey, man, congratulations on the win. Talk to me about your run tonight, buddy.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I mean the truck was pretty fast overall, especially on the short run. I don't know what exactly I was doing, but it seemed like I was really fast, and it just sucks we had so many yellows. I really wanted to race Steven for it because I know he's so dominant here when we come here on the long runs, and I practiced all week on running long runs just to anticipate all that, and unfortunately it didn't happen. But hey, we're locked into the Final Four, so that is a good thing.
Yeah, Keith, that's got to be a hugely exciting thing for you to be going into next week knowing you've got the lock. But Hey, you made it look easy. Was it as easy as it looked? It looked like clean air and being out front really helped your cause tonight.
I want to say yes, but no, it really wasn't. Because I mean, I was working my brake bias dial out tonight, and that last run there, I really burnt the right front off, just trying to pull away from them guys. Because I knew if I could put a good gap between us, I could manage it. And the tire wear smacked me right in the face with about 4 to go, and I thought, okay, I could slow down a little bit and probably manage it. And like I said, I just really wanted to race Steven, and yeah, it's a big weight off the shoulders. We're going into Darlington knowing that we're locked into Homestead, and that's a big weight.
Well, real quick before you thank your sponsors, I've got a question for you. I don't remember which caution it was. I think it was one of the last ones, but you guys restarted behind Doucette and Roberts, I believe it was, in the 48. Guys that were on seriously older tires. Did you have any apprehension about that restart at that point?
Man, I was actually going through a game plan through my head. Like, I'm starting on the outside. I know with fresh tires, if you run right there on the first dotted line, you could carry some major momentum, and I was hoping to really use that to catapult me past them. And I thought for sure I was going to get squeezed in the wall a couple times there. It was dicey for sure.
It was dicey watching you up in the booth. Well, look, man, you got anybody you want to thank for your win tonight?
Oh, absolutely. I'll thank John Hedrick with Over the Top Designs, Racer Apparel, Bruiser Racewear, Winter Circle Pizzeria, Family Handyman for sponsoring the race tonight. I know we all appreciate that. You guys with the broadcast, we all definitely appreciate that. And Mike with Triple M Polling, and Brady for putting all this on, and everybody at NASRA. These races are so much fun to show up to.
Well, there you have it, folks. Tonight's winner, Keith Bradley, bringing it home from Richmond Raceway. I will get that out properly one of these days. Thank you so much for your time there, Keith.
Thank you.
Well, all right, folks, that's going to wrap it up for us tonight. As you heard, Darlington's the next race on the schedule for these guys. That is a tricky track to get around, especially in these trucks. Trucks are all about momentum. Like, I don't know if you folks have ever noticed that, but the trucks are about keeping that momentum up. The B car, the Xfinity car, is kind of about handling and making sure you know how to drive an ill-handling loose race car for the first 15 laps. And then that A car, well, we're not even going to talk about that. But going to Darlington is going to be up to these guys to stay off the wall and keep that momentum up. I won't be doing the broadcast. I don't think we'll have your regular crew back next week. But tonight I had Kevin England with booth with me, and we had a good old Wesley down there. Wesley, you still awake down there, buddy?
I am. I'm still here on the back straightaway watching the haulers and the RVs, and of course all the race car toter trailers leaving the area. What a great race here tonight. It was fun here at Richmond. Short track racing at its finest. And of course the Family Handyman 240, 420, but it's all said and done at the end of 200 laps. Another win for Keith Bradley. He knows he punches his ticket into the championship for, so no matter what happens the rest of these next couple of weeks, Darlington and beyond, he knows he's going to Homestead to be one of the 4 drivers to race for a championship. It's always fun covering NASRA. I was one of the original people was there when it started back in the mid-2020 season, and to see where it's gone through the growing pains and the leaps and the bounds and the triumphant successes. This is a really, really cool truck series, and I always enjoy working with you guys. Thanks again.
We had a blast having you with us tonight, Wesley. Kevin, you got some final thoughts for us, buddy?
Yeah, one driver's really happy. 7 drivers are nervous. We're going to the track too tough to tame. Some of them did some justice from a point stand. They got to have a clean race next week and see if they can score themselves a win, get to the Final 4. And I can't wait till we get to championship weekend, June 10th at Homestead, Miami. It's going to be a blast.
Absolutely. June 10th, Homestead. Make sure you folks tune in for that one. You're definitely going to see Keith Bradley out there fighting for a championship. The other 3 that he's going to be fighting with will be determined over the next couple of weeks. Make sure you tune in next week. Same bat channel, same bat time, when these guys take on Darlington. The track too tough to tame, the Lady in Black. It's going to be a fun race to watch, fun race to broadcast. For myself,